And we started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we were all supposed to do the Skeletor.
Yeah.
We never discussed this.
We did, but you
I
guys
guess
were
I
talking
wasn't
over
here.
Bren.
We did, but it was 3
okay.
months ago. It's fine.
Okay.
True. Welcome back. Not 3 months, but still like almost 2. To another episode of Senezal's Archivists. We are finally back after so long not having played that we had to take a little bit of time out of our game just to figure out where the hell we were. Anyways, last time our adventurers took on a beast in the realm of poo. The poop shoot, I believe, as Remy called
He
it.
has nightmares
Sewer?
to this day.
Mm-hmm.
That thing that happened yesterday, he has nightmares
yes.
to this
To
day.
this day.
Will scar you forever. And went to the library, I believe, did a little bit of research on the various sealed off parts of the tunnel that you want to look into. The first being what you've been referring to as the skeleton door, which is a large door reportedly of divine nature that seems to age anybody who gets too close to it, and had more than a few skeletons escape from it, and Lady does not want to be here. No. He's very upset.
I don't play D&D. Get me the fuck.
No, she wants me to
This is
feed
some
her,
nerd
but
shit.
It's not the time.
She said, "No."
This is some nerd shit. And the second of which was actually 2 sealed off entrances. One which you are pretty sure is the ruins that you're looking for, as there's a guardian defending it. And it reportedly spews acid at anybody who strays too close. The second sealed off entrance is just a tunnel that was never fully completed as far as the records show. That was sealed back up after some weird thrumming noises were heard from it, which sounded to you a lot like what you heard from the other Gyaraduid facility you're in, where there is, according to Senezal, a dragon soul weapon in the basement, which is not worrying at all. And I believe you guys finished up with the Otyugh, went to sleep, and Keothi had some very interesting dreams. After, did you eat the tentacle? I don't remember how exactly you sacrificed it.
I gave the tentacle with a blood sacrifice from my palm.
Right. Okay. So yes,
And she ate it. No, I'm just
And prayed.
Always.
I think it would have been a little bit different had you eaten it.
He's not a fan.
that blood calamari.
He isn't really a fan of sushi. She's not a fan of sushi, so
Fair enough. I hear there's not a lot of good sushi to be had up in the mountains, anyways.
exactly.
We gotta tell our buddy, our cat man with his chalky beef, that his next endeavor is to get sushi up to the
Jockey beef. Sushi.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is just Final Fantasy. He's gonna go sky fishing for the sushi.
The chalky roll.
Chalky. It's chocolate dip sushi.
Ugh. God, and I thought sushi with fruit was bad.
Oh god.
Anyways, well, thank you for that. Now that's stuck in my head. After a long rest, you find yourselves all fully rested. No horrible dreams plagued you in the night and make you feel like shit in the morning. Kimeth is his usual self down in the lounge area, I guess. Mostly still passed out from the night before his drink. And you guys have most of the day to do what you want until 7, which is when the mage told you to meet them at the Thieves Guild, along with Roderick, who is the thief that you were coordinating with, in case you forget.
Do we ever tell him that I was going to be there? Do you guys mention?
I don't think
He
so.
was hanging out with me. He wasn't part
Hmm.
of the beat the shit out of you gang. I was losing my entire life's fortune to him
Yeah, so he has no
during
idea
that time.
that you're gonna be along for the ride.
Yeah, he definitely saw me
But
be
he
dragged
doesn't-
past.
Just
Did he?
don't
Because I
thought
start
that we
more
were-
shit.
I remember he did. Because he scoffed
you
at
don't- If you don't start nothing, it gonna be nothing. Silent.
Okay.
All right, so I assume we are all downstairs.
At your leisure, I gave you his whereabouts as you could kind of assume that's where he is. If you choose not to go down there, then I guess you could imagine that that's where he is.
Where
But
Kenneth
yes,
is.
you can. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
But it's up to you. If you have stuff you want to do in your rooms, feel free to do that beforehand, or stay in your rooms all day if that's what you wish.
I'm gonna run up and down the hallways and knock on everybody's door.
We're
I could
awake.
poke my head out of the door.
Room service.
You work at the hotel now? Did you quit? Did you quit Senezal's Archivists?
You know, it was just real difficult. I talked to Shanove last night, and she was like, you know, it would be a much better use of your time. Take those talents that you now have and provide people with a 5-star room service experience here at this random lodge under a mountain.
Remy looks at her like he cannot fathom her ever providing 5-star cleaning services. And he's just like, oh, well,
I'm just
okay, I
joking. Let's
guess.
go to the Alchemist, and then I'm gonna run down to the next door and knock on the next door, whoever's next, and just same thing. Room service. And it's like really obnoxious knocking. It's like double-handed, like like as I knock on these doors. I start jiggling the handles.
I will
the door.
disguise self as Nori and start repeating the same actions on the other side of the door. Just open it up. Room service.
Oh, room service.
Oh, room service.
But room service.
Room service.
All right, let's go to the Alchemist Guild,
Okay,
and
let's
then I'll
go.
go over to Keothe's door.
I've come out of my
Fucking
room
no
during
questions
this
asked
conversation.
between either of them on that one.
I feel. Let's be honest. That's not the weirdest shit that's ever happened in Nori. So.
Nope.
Holy shit.
I know one of my friends went to sleep in that room last night. I'm pretty sure it's gotta be one of them. And I don't think I've ever seen the tall barbarian lady disguise herself, but I know I've seen Xylia do it, so.
Oh, and I will say, I
Definitely
just
not
kept
me.
Xylia's voice, too. I didn't even try and imitate Nori's voice. It's just a manly wizard voice.
Xylia's room service.
Yeah.
Room service.
Even better. Even
Mhm.
better.
All right, so you.
Wait, I'm
assemble-
gonna actually grab Xylia's hand and pull him over to Keothe's door so that we both looking like me knock on her door. Yeah, room service.
Knock, knock, knock.
I'm
Room
awake.
service.
What do you want?
Just two
Down in 5
Noris.
minutes.
Just two Noris staring.
You hear like Remy like skirts
What are you
across
doing?
past them as she opens the door, and he's like fixing all the flowers in his hair, and he just goes room service as he like passes by and goes downstairs.
Oh my god, I love this.
You see, a couple of like people in the Adventurers Guild, like a couple of the doors open up, and you can see like people kind of like look out, and one of them actually calls out to you. I could actually use another towel. if
Nope,
you're,
special room service. I'm busy.
Oh, I'll get one for you. I'm gonna go find a towel.
You see some of the other ones kind of like look at him like,
Oh, no.
There's no showers in your room. What do you need a towel for?
it's also not a hotel. Room service is not something you guys get here.
That man's getting his towel. When I go downstairs, I'm asking the bartender for a towel.
For
You have
a
a
dirty
towel.
bar, for a dirty
No,
bar
I'm gonna ask for
rag.
a clean one. I'm gonna.
For a clean bar rag.
Yeah. What do you need a towel for?
Someone upstairs was asking for one.
Room service.
All right. Well, does it need to be clean?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, well, try not to stain it or anything. And he hands you like a rough, like kind of ratty towel, but
Okay.
it's still
Thank
clean.
you.
Wait, he thinks he's
grab
getting it back.
I grab
Bold
it.
of
I
him
run
to
upstairs.
assume.
I go to the guy who asked for the towel, and I'm like, "Here you go. Don't stain it."
Room service.
He's just
He's
covered
got
in
like
blood.
one hand on it. When you ask him not to stain it, he like looks at you. He's like, "I'll try my best."
What does that mean?
Pure thoughts. And then
What
I
is
went downstairs.
Oh,
Closes the door.
room service? Pure thoughts.
oh God.
It's a church service as well.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Kenneth is down there.
Yes, Kenneth is down there, quasi awake. His eyes are like open, but clearly kind of like staring off into the middle distance. Kind of glassy and kind of slightly drooling a little bit into his beard as he's got his flask of ale and he's sort of resting his face against it.
Poor. I wave my hand in front of his face.
Oh, hey.
Good morning. Another long
So that
night.
time already.
Mhm.
I guess long. Mostly just sitting here thinking. You know,
You should-
What?
things and stuff, and you know, a lot of just important
stuff?
things.
Things
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
You should.
Maybe talk about it later, but I'm about ready to go to bed. Realistically.
I was gonna say you should probably head up to bed.
Yep, that's not a bad idea.
Maybe
Make
take
sure
a
to
shower while
hydrate.
you're at it.
Shower, hydrate. Shower,
Yo,
open your mouth while
I'll
you're
take a-
showering. Drink some water.
You got enough
I'll take it.
towels?
For one.
I have my own towel. Yeah. Just
What a kind guest.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh.
I revert back to Xylia, by the way.
Oh.
I'm not knowing anymore.
He just thinks he's seeing double. Like
Yeah, it's
fuck.
fine. It's a normal morning.
I'll probably just go dunk myself in the river for a bit before passing out. That'll get most of the filth off me from yesterday.
Did you not shower after we went into the sewer? I'm concerned.
I didn't go in the sewer. You went in the sewer.
Oh, I thought you came with us.
That was me.
No.
I went
It
shower.
was a long day.
Yeah, Remy took a dunk with the
What?
fishies.
That stuff. God, that soap was like. At the time, I was like, "Man, it smells nice," but like it started. It's kind of like and itching. Put some heavy stuff in.
Ooh.
I remember that the DM said that it was basically bleach. That I
Yeah.
showered.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like I think it was.
Forgot
I think it was
about
like
that.
lye,
My arms
basically.
feel a bit sore today. Like it.
I think it's typically like a mix of basically like crushed shellfish, effectively, in order to make something that basic. But yeah.
How would that make you
it-
smell better?
It's not about smell. That's about like literally cleansing things off of you.
Oh, I see.
I think it's crushed shellfish. I might be
You're,
getting
like,
that
really
recipe wrong.
tender. To the
Wait,
Alchemist
you
Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna go to the Alchemist Guild in the library, Kimmit. You should, the river's cool. You should think about the shower. And you should go to bed. And
Do you
I
drink
think
water.
promise
that-
you, I
do you
will at
think
least
that-
sleep.
Do you think that you want to like come to the library with us later? Do you want to go take a nappy nap and then like come with us to the
When are you
library?
guys going?
After we go to the Alchemist.
How long
3
is that gonna
hours
take?
from now.
I could do a 3-hour nap.
All right,
So,
3 hour nap.
hour
Meet us at
nap.
the library. I need your help. You got a good eye. Probably two good eyes.
He looks at you kind of confused, and he's like, "I don't know about that. I've never been
I gotta.
a reading
It's fine.
man
No,
myself."
that's fine. But like, maybe you could help us because, like, we're gonna go there and look up some stuff about Shinova, and you seem to
Yeah,
be like
it's
a pretty good
related
friend
to
with her,
your
so-
interest, perhaps.
Remember the skeleton door?
Yeah, that does interest me actually. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
so meet us at
I'll-
the library. You're welcome. Looking out for you. Finger guns as I walk backwards out of the Adventurers Guild.
Have a nice nap.
Sleep well.
I follow her out.
he finger guns all of you, and as Remy says, "Have a nice nap." He like gives her a little like salute, and like looks at the rest of his drink, kind of like tosses it to the side, and starts walking up the stairs. But for the rest of you, do you know where the Alchemist Guild is? I don't remember if you ever
We
actually
like
asked
already
anyone.
been to it,
Yeah, we've
The one
been-
here?
didn't we?
I don't think we went to the one here, but
Oh, no,
we
it was in the
did.
cave.
Yeah, that
But
was back in
we,
Quartz Cove.
that's how we knew that there was an alchemist. Well, we haven't
You
been
could
there
always
yet,
make the
but
trip up to Quartz Cove if you want. But
No,
since it's a day trip.
we
I have
found
it in my
out. We
notes that
asked,
it's
right? We
south.
found out. Yeah, we found out about it. So I'm assuming that like we had asked around to find like so that we would know where the location would be.
Yeah,
Gee,
I seem to.
I wish if I had given you the location that I'd written in my notes because I don't have it here, but
I just have that it's south.
It's right over there.
it's south. Okay. Oh, okay. I know where I wanted it. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. Good. Was worried there for a second. Okay, so yeah, you could head down south from the Adventurers Guild, which very obviously opens up into like the more kind of marketplace area. And you could see shops of pretty much any kind that you would require, kind of reminiscent of back in Tialona. And yeah,
Talona.
no, Talona. Sorry, getting my timelines fucked.
Tijuana.
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 Kelowna. In terms of what diversity they have, like there's a little bit of everything, but maybe not specialties in everything. Finding the Alchemist Guild isn't too difficult, or at least the it's not the guild as much as there is an alchemist shop here, which is called the Roosty Brewster. And you can see the shop is defined by this odd sort of rooster-looking logo, or basically a rooster holding a flask and pouring it into another one, seemingly standing on nothing as both of its legs are currently engaged with these flasks.
Perfect.
Creative.
As you do.
But you can head on in if that's where your interests lie.
I open the door.
Mhm.
I will follow
Cool.
shortly
Can I
behind.
fit through the door?
You can fit through the door. It's a little bit of a, you kind of have to like bend a little bit to get in, but it is made less for a dwarf and more for an adventurer, which typically
Unlike the
supports
other place.
supports humans
It's
at
a
the very
tourist
least.
shop
Yeah,
designed
Okay.
with tourism in mind.
Unlike the other ones.
it definitely
I duck into.
okay. It's definitely made to cater to adventurers more so than just dwarves because of its proximity. Within its, there's not like shelves of things on display as much as just more kind of a counter space and sort of like descriptions of various things on the walls that people might be interested in. And for the most part, it's things like, soap and lye and hair bleach, and hair dyes and hair growth tonic, fertility potions, infertility potions, all sorts of wonderful concepts one might put together from sunflower seeds and poppies. Basically, some of it you're not entirely sure if it's actual alchemy or if it's snake oil.
Snake oil.
Yeah, snake oil. But as you look at some of the stuff with a higher price tag associated with it, these are like the more like magical potions and reagents and whatnot. And most of it means absolutely nothing to you, as it appears to be mostly like ingredients that other alchemists might be interested in using for making their own potions. But you do see things like, healing potions and even greater healing potions seem to be on the docket. As well as potions of resistance, potions of invisibility, of flight, of speed, potions of growth. There even appears to be a potion of fire giant strength.
Please explain.
It says that if you drink this potion, you will be as strong as a fire giant for, I believe, up to an hour, I want to say.
Strong. How strong are fire
Ooh.
giants?
Good question.
Sound pretty strong.
They
sound pretty
are-
They're
fucking
really,
strong.
they're actually really weak. They're actually tiny.
Fire giant's just a breed of fish.
You can
It's a
all make
Magikarp.
me a history check if you would like.
Yes.
And Keothi would have advantage, being of giant ancestry herself.
Twinsies.
Let's go.
Asking twinsies.
History?
Uh-huh.
Yes, history. At least Keothi had
yes.
advantage.
History. We got the nerds in the group are like, actually, a fire giant potion is. Let me
Yeah.
shove up my glasses real
So
quick.
giants are known for being incredibly strong. Obviously, they're massive.
A giant.
And so Keothi, you would easily be able to say fire giant a lot stronger than me. And like just like compressing a giant's size down to you, but still having that strength, you reckon you'd be a pretty unstoppable force for a decent amount of time. And it is actually an hour now that I look it up. For fire giants, what you would know, Nori and Xylia, from a little bit of reading you've done in the past, is giants are classified in something called the Ordning, meaning they have a class system basically for each race of giants, where kill giants are the kind of lowest tier of giant, and Goliaths are sort of pseudo giants, so they even fall below them. Meanwhile, storm giants find themselves at the head of this social hierarchy. Fire giants are somewhere in the middle, and each of these types of giants is effectively stronger than the other as the social hierarchy goes up. So fire giant is about a middling giant power level.
Which would probably
That
still be
potion-
able to
and that-
stamp on us and kill one of us in one foul swoop.
Mostly due to size, yes, but their strength aside, they could probably yeet you a good 100 meters or so.
Holy shit, okay.
And that potion's
you up
what,
like a rock and toss you.
thousands of gold, right?
Probably.
The fire giant strength actually just says C counter.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to afford
There's
that.
no price
Those
tag.
market
officially
More
prices
on
like-
them.
get you every
More-
time.
In fact,
more like
most of
catch
the
these hands
potions,
as I steal it. No, I'm kidding.
most of the potions of a very obvious magical nature, don't actually have a price tag associated with them
Well-
on their descriptions. It says C counter.
You say you're joking, Nori, but where is it? Says C counter, but where is it located itself?
Not there. These are all just descriptions.
Bummer.
There's no actual
He
like.
knows, or she knows.
Yeah, of course.
The Roosty Brewster
They
knows.
deal with adventurers who kind of do like shitty things for a living. Plus there's an actually known thieves guild in town. They're not stupid.
Next campaign, I'm min-maxing, and the only thing I'm gonna be good at is stealing shit. That's all I'm gonna do.
I'll take a walk over to the counter and is
Ding, ding,
anybody
ding,
is
ding,
anybody
ding,
waiting
ding,
at the
ding.
counter, or is it like a bell?
Yeah, there's a woman dwarf there. She's about roughly average size for a dwarf, so about 4.5 feet.
I'm prestidigitating the sound of a bell going off on the desk.
Okay. Her hair is cut in a way where it's basically shaved on both sides with just a long sort of middle mohawk that's just this bright red and doesn't fully stand up. It kind of falls over on one side, and she even has the start of a little bit of a red beard going from just around her mustache down to her chin.
Okay.
And she looks over at Nori doing a bell ringing and says,
He
"That's
doesn't know that I'm doing a bell ringing. I'm just prestidigitating it. How
She
does
can
she
see you
know it's from
casting-
me?
because there's the somatic component associated with the spell cast." She kind of looks over at you, Nori, and then at the rest of the party and says, "I can hear you just fine from here. Did
hi
you
there.
have something of interest on the wall over there? I saw you taking a look."
Hi, yeah, I've been looking at a few of the goods that you have to offer. I noticed a couple of things that take pretty much the entire party's interest at this point. The fire giant potion that you have.
Right. Yes.
How much does that usually sell for?
Depends. Obviously, the ingredients for it are difficult to come by. In fact, I haven't had more ingredients for one in nearly a decade now. Though I have one still made that I haven't sold, because the price tag is so high. My asking price before any form of negotiation is 5,000 gold pieces.
It's a lot of gold pieces. What kind of ingredients does a potion like this require?
Typically, the toenail of a fire giant is the hardest to come by, especially given, well, we're not. I mean, obviously, I made the potion, so I know they exist. But speaking to anybody I know, they don't.
Well,
You're
I've
talking
not
about like the
seen
big
one
toenail
before in
or
my
the
life.
pinky toenail?
I mean,
the bigger the better.
obviously, the bigger the better. It provides me more reagents and more potion I can actually make. They're very difficult to make, so just having one toenail is typically not advised, as I'm going to make mistakes. It's it just happens, unfortunately.
So even if we
So-
recovered a fire giant's toenail, there is no guarantee that you'd actually be able to make a potion from it.
Well, given the size of their toenails, I'd at least be able to make one, I would hope.
Yeah. And where did you?
Yo, if you took down one fire giant, so many potions.
Where did you?
They got like 10
Skilled
what-
alchemist, yes.
But only toenails, fingernails don't count. They're different somehow.
I wouldn't know. I've only ever had toenails. I've never actually seen a fire giant killed. I've never had its parts sold to me in a way that I can confirm where the nail is from. The only way I can really confirm is the end result. Once you start applying certain reagents to the toenail, you can tell what sort of giant it came from, as fire giants will obviously increase in heat at a very rapid rate when you apply certain reagents to it.
I mean, I assume
Ever thought
there's.
about just asking a fire giant to give his toenails to you?
Have you met a fire giant?
No, but I bet you could totally come to an arrangement.
I think you'd find
They
that they're
grow
not
back.
too amenable to it. They're sort of mean.
I mean, that's a very broad and general comment on an entire group of individuals, but
From what I understand, they live their own separate societies away from the rest of us because they don't like us much.
Do you know where they live? Are they close?
Mostly in the Underdark, I think.
Fairly close.
Well, close if you consider way deep underground close.
aren't we pretty deep underground already?
No, we're about at sea level in this city. We're just in the mountain.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
Would I have any? So we came across giants before, but they were just. I think they were they
Hill
frost.
giants.
You frost giants were
giants.
what you
Oh, I
also
thought
came
they were-
across. You fought a hill giant and killed one actually.
I thought the hill giants were the ones that were
The frost giants were the
hiding
ones
under
that
the snow.
were. Yeah, no, they were.
Hiding under the snow was the hill giant. Yes.
Yeah.
The frost giant was the one that you guys encountered on your
We
way
helped,
here
right?
and
So-
fought.
He was a nice
So-
one though. Dude, let's
Well,
go get
this
his
is
toenails.
my question. So, would I know? Would Xylia know if different types of giants share? Would the sign of passage allow us like passage with fire giants as well as frost giants, or just frost
Hell
giants? No.
Frost
Totally separate?
giants, from what you understood about that ordning stuff, frost giants are below fire giants.
Okay.
And apparently nicer.
Yeah.
No, they're typically pretty bad too, but because you guys kind of found a middle ground, they sort of gave you free
I
passage.
mean, they did force us into labor, or they weren't gonna let us pass. Like, it's not like we're
Well,
just
I
like,
mean-
Side
"Oh,
note
we'll help
though,
you out."
Side
Yeah.
note though, I do have that on my list. Like when we're headed back after all of this, we should totally go to that frost giant.
Yeah, we
camp.
should. But also, I mean, there's
What?
nothing realistically saying that the fire giants wouldn't allow us to do the same thing. I mean, it's a gamble. But it's like a favor for a
Or
favor if
could
it worked
we
with.
use- Could we
I
use
mean,
a frost giant's toenail
let's
to get a
go-
potion of
It's very far
Frost
from where we are,
giants,
though.
strength?
Very far.
let's just go become best friends with all the giants.
Yes.
That's this campaign now.
What if you enlarged someone and they became a giant and you took their toenail?
I'm keeping my
I think it
toenails.
has. I think. I think it has more to do with their actual bloodline than what size they really are.
What about one of
makes
Kyoto's
sense.
toenails? She's a Goliath.
I'm sure
no
I
one's taking these toenails.
I can set her on fire.
What? That doesn't help us at Then she's a fire Goliath. Do we get the potion of fire Goliath strength?
the dwarf looks over at Keothi.
Can we
kind
also
of-
low-key say? Can we also low-key say that if Xylia said I could set her on fire, like all of us are probably triggered back to the boat? Like,
Listen, you don't
I'm
know that
just
was me yet.
we don't, but we did see that boat burn down.
Yeah. Oh god.
The dwarf looks over at Keothi very uncomfortably, and then looks back at the rest of you and says, I mean, in order to have enough material to actually make a potion with, that would require pulling her toenails out, which I'm fairly positive she's
All of her
opposed to.
toenails.
Keothi.
On top of the fact that
toenails, I will sit on you.
Okay. That's worth asking.
on top of the fact that not to insult you, but your level of strength compared to that of a giant's, I'm not entirely sure is worth making a potion over.
Oof.
Well,
Insult.
She doesn't need
Taken.
potions to be strong.
let's
Anyways,
I'm sure she's
you
plenty strong, just
We're
it
completely
won't
off
affect
track.
you
one more
in
quick
a visible way.
one more quick thing on this. Let's say
Because
just
this is our party, Corv. That's what we do.
we are so invested in this fire
yeah.
giant.
Let's say just you make frost giant potions?
If I had the materials, yeah.
Are they sought after?
Does it include toenails?
Yes.
Are they sought after ingredients?
Yeah, we haven't had too many frost giant materials dropped off here in a while. They're expensive, and I mean, not too many people actually go toe to toe with frost giants. We're sort of in an uneasy truce between them.
Yeah.
Toe to toe.
I didn't even notice that. That's a
I
good one.
don't think we should go to a frost giant just to try and beat it
No,
up.
no.
Yo, let me
To
see.
get it
Yo,
That's not what I
yo,
was
fam.
gonna-
Let me see them. Let me see them little piggies.
Did you say you were at a truce with the frost giants?
Pseudo truce. As far as I don't really do the whole politics thing here, but from what I understand, our trade routes are allowed to stay open due to the nearby frost giant clans sort of letting it be.
What's your name?
Brewster.
That makes so much sense.
It's
Oh, like the
not the name of the
rooster.
shop.
It's funny.
It's a good one. I like that.
Do you have a pet
kinda-
rooster?
I do. She looks at you and then kind of like motions at her hair and is like, it's sort of modeled after me, actually. It's not.
Oh, I thought the rooster was in the hair. I
that's
was so
my-
confused.
100% thought that a rooster was about to pop out of her hair. All right, cool.
Miss Brewster,
Oh,
do
no,
you
I-
have any? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, the mohawk. I get it because it's like floop. It's like flooped over. So like a, yeah, dude, that's great. I love it. All right. Sorry.
I've gone to great lengths to kind of creating an image, you could say.
It's working. We actually, I feel like you need to network with one of our friends. He's also working on his image, for marketing campaigns.
True.
I.
Be a
if
good
you
combination.
Acid resistance.
Oh yeah, the thing that he came for.
I
Hey,
do have those.
I did give Commit 3 hours to sleep, so we're just burning some time.
I definitely have those. How many would you be interested in?
How much
Oh,
does one cost?
150 gold pieces a potion.
How long do they
And
last?
how long do they last for?
Let me consult my notes.
Thank you, dearest.
She pulls out
I'd
a
like one
little.
of these potions. I'm having no money left.
She pulls out like a little, a big journal by her standards. For you guys, maybe not as big. And starts sort of flipping through, and is, wow, potion of acid resistance is actually the first potion. It lasts an hour.
Do you have a way, even if it might cost more, to have it last longer than an hour? A different mixture, maybe?
Not really. It's sort of constrained into how much your body can consume without being sick at any given time.
I see.
I hope you realize this, but mixing potions is typically regarded as a very bad idea.
Yeah, but
the
also so
more
is
reagents
inhaling
moving around
acid.
to Yes. You could
I
always
think we
drink
don't need
another
to-
one when
we
the
don't-
effects run out.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to be too concerned. Well, I guess maybe if we each got 2, right? Because after, like, it's not going to take us an hour to fight one thing. Like, you know what I mean? So, and if that's the only thing there, then that's all we have to worry about.
I'm just worried about with it being
Well, I can only
a
afford
underground
one.
place and like contraptions. It could be traps too. And I mean,
Do you
I'm
have
pretty
any
good at
other sort of
investigating, but
items that?
Sorry, which
ahead.
one of you?
I was gonna say, is there anything else that you would happen to have that might be useful for dealing with things of like an acidic nature?
some Tums.
Well, I
Tums are
have
yummy.
antitoxins if it gets in your system. Typically
I think we already
acids
have.
that get inside your bloodstream are effectively poisons.
I think most of us have antitoxins
Yeah, we do. I do.
from
Yeah.
when we were going to fight the Sahuagin.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have.
the acid resistance potion is effectively, it's meant to sort of create a basic sort of outer layer on your skin.
It's preventative.
It's preventative, exactly.
I understand.
I could tell you maybe some lye or something. I don't know, some bleach, if maybe puddles of acid that you want to neutralize. It's kind of depending on the acid, it might not work as intended and might just end up kind of foaming up a lot.
No, we just have a job with the guild. Acid resistance might come in handy. Let us consult for a second, and I kind of huddle everyone up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how many do we think we're gonna need?
I think Nori's right. I think we'll only need one each. And also, we need to get one for Kenneth too, right? If he's coming with us. Is he coming with us for
I don't
this
think
one?
he's coming.
No, he's
with
not.
us.
He said
Okay.
he's like,
Just for the
he's
skeletal.
like helping us with like, yeah. Well, maybe not even. Who knows? It depends on how much about Shinovit's like involved, and even then,
Okay.
he said he's kind of like not as big of an adventurer. I think he's more of our boat guy. But maybe if we
He's been through a lot on his last adventures. He probably just wants to,
needs like a nap.
He needs a lot. We gotta
A
talk
lot
to
of
him about the
naps.
drinking.
Yeah.
Let the man
he's-
drink. It's the only thing that shuts him up.
Let's think of him more as our boat keeper, since that's what he offered to do, and maybe a source of information and advice sometimes. But let's assume he's not coming with
Is
us.
this how you treat all your husbands, Remy?
Well, he's my ex, so you'd think I would, I have a little bit of scorn.
God damn it. Okay.
I mean, he might want to come to the Shinov door, but this is that,
The
Yeah,
Skelly door.
This is an
What
us
if
thing.
we're gonna go into this place, we're gonna fight this acid thing. What if we like make an agreement with her that like maybe like we'll bring back some stuff. I don't know. She needs reagents.
But
Isn't
she
this like a
make her
secret?
things.
We're not meant to be down there though, right? Can we really tell
Yeah,
people
but
where
we'll
we're going?
just tell. Well, technically, right? You're allowed to go down into those areas if you're on like Adventures Guild business. Like
we're
you don't have
not.
We're not.
to. I know, but what's like what? But I mean,
The good stuff
kind
is going to
of.
be in the forbidden place.
Technically, we are on Adventures Guild business because we are a group that is registered with the Adventurers Guild. No, we're a group of adventurers. We are now a C-rank Adventurers Guild group, and we're doing a job for the man that is funding our group, which is part of the Adventurers Guild. So this is Adventurers Guild business.
And I mean, they might not know different. We can always ask and see if we can get.
I mean, if you link it up like that,
some extra
Here's the thing,
stuff
right?
to help us
Right?
too.
That's what I'm saying. We are literally doing Adventurers Guild business because we are a group that
But
is
it's
part of the Adventurers Guild. We're doing
yes, technically, but it's like secret.
Yeah, but she doesn't need to know where we're going. Like aside from the fact
that's why I lied and said that we were doing a job.
That's what I'm saying. First of all, you lied. Whoa, boy. Second of all,
Why'd you gotta word it like that?
second of all, what was I gonna say? I got really excited about the fact that you lied.
Because it wasn't
really
important,
just was very
Nori.
impressive. No, it's very important. First of all, no. So we are doing it. First of all, okay, we told her we were doing a job for the Adventurers Guild, which we are. So you didn't lie because we are. Secondarily, we don't have to tell her where we're going. We could just tell her that where we're going could have the potential to be rich in like alchemical components.
Could it?
And
though?
so, like, what
we
if
don't know that?
But here's the thing, we don't know that.
we're going
If we
into
do find stuff, we can just bring it back and sell it to her and get that gold back regardless.
But Nori does have a point. We could also say there is a chance that we could, and then we might get a discount too. It's a win-win.
That's what I'm saying.
It
so
is a
like let's
win-win.
tell her and then get kind of like we can get kind of like an upfront discount.
And I am
And then
very
if
good
we
with
don't find
persuasion.
anything, it's fine because we still got a discount.
Yeah, as long as it's a discount, not like a trade promise, because if we don't bring anything back.
Well, no, so what I think we should do is let her know that there's like a pretty decent chance, which I full and wholeheartedly believe in, that there's probably going to be some stuff down there that we could probably give to her. I bet you there's some creepy crawlies down in there, just like last time. It just might be different, but we could be like,
Now,
hey,
what-
we can bring you back like some shit.
Also,
like,
we
but
could-
it's like a
could.
grab bag situation, so we can't guarantee. But if you go in on it now. I bet dwarves love to gamble. If we know one
Yeah,
thing after
true,
going into that thieves guild, they're really big fans about it.
And
so
you know what else
and
they love?
she seems pretty punky.
They also love thinking they know
Get it?
more about something that they already do. So I could go speak to her and be like, yo, you gotta keep in secrets, and then not actually tell her the secret, but the thing that she thinks is a secret. And then she might be into it, you know?
But that's like real lying. That's
Well,
real
here's the
lying.
thing.
I'm good at that. It's fine.
But Shanov told me to stop doing that, and I
Well, you're not
just
doing
had a
that.
conversation with
But
her.
why? Okay, why are we making
Mommy
it
should have told
complicated?
me no.
If we're gonna buy 4
let's
of
just
them,
go and ask her how much it is.
A 150. We already know that.
I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna be
Nobody
chaotic for a
else got
second.
my side note. I'm really sad nobody got my joke because her name's Brewster, and I said at
Oh.
one point that she seems pretty punky, and nobody said
Jesus
anything, but it's
Christ.
okay.
I don't get it.
It's like an old like sitcom reference. Punky Brewster was like a American sitcom.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It's all good.
She sees Xylia coming back over, and she looks very curious after like clearly watching how heated your discussion got. Trying her best not to look like she was actually like even trying to listen in, but just noticing like what the fuck's going on over there.
Did I notice her paying attention to it?
She was. She probably couldn't hear you because I'm assuming most of that was like you guys hushed.
It was like a
Talking.
hushed, heated
Definitely.
whisper.
Yeah. But she was definitely interested.
Definitely
We're
interested.
arguing
Okay.
in her shop. Of course, she's watching.
Yeah, exactly. She's like,
But was
she's paying attention, but not like.
Was it in a look of like, oh no, they're arguing in my shop, or was it with a look of, oh, what is this?
It was a cautious look at like, are they about to like fight in here? Are
Okay. I see. Yeah.
So she sees you approaching and says, "So decision time."
Is there anybody else in this store?
No.
I
Okay.
don't like that question.
Well, no, it's just so I know whether to keep my voice down or not. I'm not gonna kill everybody. Not for long.
Oh god.
Okay. Brewster, I have a question for you. How are
Yeah.
you with secrets and being in on a little bit more information than we'd usually give for this kind of mission that we're going on currently?
I do this in the background.
She's got to be bored down here in this random mountain town.
That's
Come
what I'm
on,
thinking.
man. She wants that tea.
It's a mountain city.
That's
Thank you
fine.
very
She
much.
wants that tea. She wants that tea. I
Mhm.
can feel it in my
I
bones.
can
With the Thieves
keep
Guild?
I can keep a pretty tight lip when it need be.
Okay. We're on pretty big business with the Thieves Guild and another kind of guild too. I'm not saying what the guild is. Calm down.
No, but why are you associating us with the thieves?
Oh no, I meant the Mercenaries
The
Guild. Sorry,
Adventurers
the
Guild?
Adventurers Guild. Yeah. I didn't mean the Thieves Guild.
Okay.
Let's
let's
sorry.
fix that real
Yeah.
quick.
With the Adventurers Guild and another guild that I won't go into too much just yet, since we're just starting out on this. The acid resistance potions and probably a fair few other items that you have in this store could help us out tremendously in this and succeeding and getting it done.
Sure.
And although we can't promise to bring you anything back in return for maybe like a discount or some extra items, we have a good idea that we can bring you some things back that could be extremely useful to you. It's in an area that's not so accessible to the public unless you have very, very good reason to be down there. So maybe some uncanny goods.
She gives you this look as you say that, and you can see the gears are spinning. Say, for the sake of argument, that you're not bullshitting me.
Of course.
What kind of materials are you talking about? The kind that one might find from a rare creature who lives in an area that may or may not be accessible because certain mages deem it not appropriate to be open? Or are we talking about relics of an older civilization?
Well, let's say,
Just
for example,
just monsters.
let's say, for example, you're not bullshitting me. And you really can keep a secret. Now, I'm not saying any of this is guaranteed. Mainly the monster, but there's a potential for both. I guess it depends on business.
I always need more reagents of many kinds, so you have my interest, but I can't operate on possibilities. I need certain reassurances.
Of course,
I mean,
that we are happy to provide.
technically, plenty of people offer on possibilities all the time. And it's kind of like, think of it this way, right? It's like it's a bit of a gamble, but what if we hit it big? Right?
What if?
What if we
and
like
then I get a pretty great price on a ton of things would certainly be nice. Though I feel like a better way for me to do business on this one is I sell you these wares at the price most benefiting me. You go on this trip with what you need to get the job done, acquire these reagents, come back to me, and I offer you a better price on those reagents than I would have offered you previously, as well as, let's say, store credit.
I think that's fair, but also
But
kind of
now
percentage?
that you have kind of an inkling of, the troubles ahead, if your thoughts are true, do you have anything else that could maybe help us along the way that, I don't know, might not be so readily available to just any old four adventurers walking through the door?
I've had one or two magic items dropped my way from, let's say, spaces that shouldn't have been readily accessible.
Mhm.
They are not for the public, and they are not for the average adventurer, because the average adventurer would be smart enough not to touch these.
Of course.
Um,
That's fine.
Boy, our
I love
group.
touching. I
That's
love
fine.
touching things I'm not supposed to.
well, to put it
That was
in
Cursed-
Luca. That wasn't Nori. Sorry. Please
Cursed
continue.
objects?
not cursed as much as taboo. You wouldn't want somebody knowing that you have.
It's all gonna
Intrigued.
be Orgle. It's all Orgle shit. It's like an Orgle Letterman jacket.
She reaches under the counter and brings up this small sort of metal stick that seems to have engravings in it in a language, while you can't read, looks very familiar. It's very clearly that Gyaraduan script written along the side of it. And it has
It's already been in there.
Someone
it
has.
has a small button on the side, and you can see what appears to be some green LEDs running up along the side of it.
Okay.
And it appears to be there is currently 9 lights lit up on it. And
9 charges of something.
she puts it down on the table.
I
This
thought it was a
The cat.
vape.
the cat really wants my attention.
Yeah.
It's for
Let
the
the cat-
stressful
I was like, it's a
situations.
vape pen.
You just take a toke when you need it.
This is a weapon, make no mistake. I know it doesn't look like much, but
Well, neither do
if
we.
you press that button and infuse it with a little bit of your own magical know-how, depending on how long you hold the button down, you'll cast a very destructive charge in the direction you flick it. Most mages might refer to it as a fireball that you launch. Now, this is obviously not cheap.
How much are we talking? With 9 charges left.
Oh, they recharge. I don't know how it works. An adventurer dropped it here after some, let's say, illicit dealings down below. Well, I bought it for a pretty penny, so I'd only be really, really willing to let it go for roughly the same amount I paid for it, if not a bit more. I would say. Hold on, I need to do some
What
mental
did
math
you
on this one.
Oh,
I need to do some mental
this is
math
gonna
on
be
this
so
one.
expensive.
All
I'm
your
so upset.
firstborn
Of
children.
course, it's gonna be expensive.
This sounds so good though.
It's one of
I'll
one
give
of
you
the things
two
that it's one of the things that DMs treasure the most, putting obscenely unobtainable objects in front of their players.
We should have just tried to get a bundle deal on
I
4
st-
potions and we could have left.
I steal
Where
it
the
and
fuck
thunder
is
step
my-
out.
Now we're just all gonna be sad at the things we can't buy.
I have to
Listen,
agree with. I have
at
to
least
agree
we
with
know they're a
Remy, yeah.
fucking thing. We wouldn't have known this existed otherwise. I'm happy
Well,
Yeah,
about
I'm gonna
it.
be
Good
looking
to
for them.
know.
Look for
It's-
those fire sticks
I
the whole
love
time.
this
I
kind
find
of
it-
stuff.
Sorry, for the fire giant posting, I said 5,000, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
I meant
Mhm.
I meant 500, not 5,000. Sorry,
That's
I
fine.
just realized
Okay.
that.
This
As
one's
for this one is actually 2,500 would be starting bid. If you can find
I'm gonna
something to
pull.
reduce that cost, we can talk about it. But
I'm gonna pull my fams over to the side and be like, all right, let's buy these potions. Let's agree with a discount. Let's get her to set a solid number. We come back after. We give her shit. We also get this shit at a discounted rate.
I'm not done.
whispering.
There's more.
I'm whispering. I pulled them
But
off the side.
she sees you conferring and says, "I have
I'll-
more."
I pull away and stay. I'm intrigued at this point.
I've got these, and she reaches down again, and you can see they're like these sort of oval, weird metal contraptions. It's a pair of them, that seem to have dials along the side of it that as she demonstrates, seem to like cause it to open, shrink, widen, and close. And you can see that again, like the rod, it has like a little kind of greenish light on the side of it. as well as a button that you can kind of click by what seems to be pushing them together. But it seems like they both they one of them has like a little sort of thing sticking out of it that will push the button on the other one. These are boots of levitation, as far as I can tell, and they just sort of fit over anything that you're currently wearing in terms of footwear. They let you levitate for a short amount of time. You can't really fly with them, as far as I've tested. They sort of just make you hover over the ground, and then you're sort of left up to propelling yourself along walls and whatnot. But useful in certain circumstances, perhaps.
And what's
These,
the price tag on those?
I think fairly more reasonable than the other ones. About 1,000 gold pieces for these. They don't have as many charges on them, but they will at least recharge once a day, from what I can tell.
How long did they let you levitate for?
I think about an hour, if I'm not mistaken. Keep in mind, I don't write this down anywhere, because if anybody were to come and inspect my logs, well...
Yeah, of course.
No, sorry, only 10 minutes, unfortunately.
And how many charges?
Oh, sorry. Actually, no, these don't have a charge at all. They let you just use it indefinitely. So 10 minutes per use, but you could obviously recast it at any time.
Okay. And do you have anything else? Just those two?
I got one other thing. Might be a little bit out of your price range.
Mm-hmm. Well,
as she pulls out.
All of this is
Well,
not
this
mine.
this one very much so. As she pulls out what appears to be again sort of a metal rod, but it's kind of a bit more blocky and square, and it has a little hole on one end, and what appears to be maybe like a handhold underneath of it.
Lightsaber.
No, more like no, I'm not even gonna say it. It kind of reminds you a little bit of a hand crossbow, but it's missing like the tines at the front, the way that the grip is set up.
It's a gun. It's a fucking gun.
And as she pulls it out, she opens a little compartment at the bottom of the grip and sort of pulls out this small
magazine clip.
No. Sort of this like sort of turquoise looking gemstone, and puts that on the counter. This does not recharge. And I have a very finite amount of these little gems. But this, no better way to explain it. It literally shoots fire.
As in like flames?
Flamethrower?
Or
like concentrated fire.
So like a beam of pure fire.
Yeah. It per each of these little gems, it'll fire 3 at once.
She sounded overwhelmed by this too. She's like, "Yeah, it's
so
just
it's like
destruction."
It's the gun of scorching ray.
She got it.
Holy shit! And how much is that?
Well, the device itself, I would sell at 4,000. And each of these gems, of which I think I have 18 or so left. I've used 2 just to see what it did.
Of course.
It's kind of exciting. Each of them I would sell for, say, 200 gold pieces.
Okay, I personally am very interested in the first 2 items that you brought up to us. Anybody else interested in the other? Or the other 2?
I only like the first one.
The fireball stick.
Yeah, because the oval one's like cool, you can levitate, But you can't go anywhere unless you pull yourself across walls. Like, that's boring. Like, that's gonna be difficult because you're just.
Well,
if
I
not, you're
think you
just
can.
levitating
You
there.
just get more propulsion from it if you do that,
No,
right?
you have to. No, you have to physically pull
You could-
yourself. by
Well, that's
something.
You
easy,
could
though, 'cause I
technically
could-
push up off the floor and send yourself in a direction.
For me, it'd be useful because I can use my familiar to pull me.
But
You
it's
could also
not.
walk along the ceiling if
if
the
you're-
ceiling's not too high up.
What? Wait, how? What do you mean by that?
Well, it's
Well, you can
levitation. It's like
levitate
magnet
about.
boots.
You can levitate. You can levitate, I think, roughly about 10 feet from boot to floor. So if you flip
Yeah,
yourself
but
up
so
and
it's not
down,
gonna
Is it-
help you.
Is
like,
it
but
boot
it's not
to
gonna
any
help you, like-
surface?
boot to lowest surface from where you currently are hovering. From what I've not exactly tested myself going off of a ravine while wearing them.
Well, I'm just thinking
um,
if you can levitate off a ceiling, you'd be able to do it off of walls too, right?
I think it's more like a
It doesn't change your
Counter-
center of gravity.
yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it like seals you onto like a ceiling. Like I feel like I think you explained that weirdly. Can you re-explain what you're saying about the ceiling thing?
So the ceiling thing is more, if you're levitating off the floor, your feet don't need to be pointed at the floor. If you wanted to push yourself along the ceiling, you could do so while levitating.
That still doesn't make any sense to me. Your
Okay,
words
so,
aren't
like,
So
there's-
would you be upside
You're
down?
levitating, so there is
Yeah,
no
upside down.
gravity.
So you'd be
Yeah.
levitating from the
You
ceiling.
flip yourself upside down.
No. You'd be levitating from the floor, and if you just flip yourself in the air, you could propel yourself along the ceiling instead of walking along the floor. If the ceiling is low enough to your flotation.
As in, okay.
But you are only 10 feet off of the ground. It is not. You do not swap and then go 10 feet off of the ceiling. It is only
No.
10 feet off of the
Okay.
ground.
Yes.
So you still have
But
to be able
let's
to
say
reach the
it's
ceiling to
let's say
propel
it's
yourself.
16-foot
Yes.
ceilings,
So you
and
wouldn't,
you're
you wouldn't
6
need to
foot
flip.
tall.
Well, I suppose you could walk with your hands along the ceiling. You're making this overly complicated.
Well, if it's levitating, you don't need to fly. I assume propulsion would be with your hands and not your feet.
I mean,
If you're
very
I feel like you
slowly.
I mean, yeah, like think about like if you're in space, right? Like doing this in space ain't gonna get you nowhere. This is Luca, not Nori, because obviously we've never been in space.
No. I know. Out of character though, I'm thinking. So this is my thought process on it because it is a weird one. It's obviously weird. It's fucking levitation, dude.
I honestly think it is just giving you the spell levitate for free for 10 minutes, unlimited. But
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of times that we're gonna need that because I don't know. I just
See,
for how much it is.
Depending on how it works, I do. If there's no recharge and it's constant, you can just recast it. It's basically infinite levitation.
Yeah,
of
but so
combat.
what's levitation like? So what's levitation gonna?
It's for 10 minutes.
it's
You can
actually-
cross like
it's-
Eddie.
It's 20 feet, actually.
You
not
can't though, because you can't cross. If the floor drops out from under you, right? Like you don't just levitate straight; you'd still fall.
If you recast it.
No, what I'm saying is it is not flying. So if you're levitating across this floor and there's a ravine there, you don't levitate across the ravine.
Oh.
You go down. Yeah, it's not.
But you could levitate across like fiery surfaces, like lava pits or something.
So yeah, so like which we could potentially happen, we could go into this room and it could be like my puzzle floor and stuff, or don't step on shit. Like you could levitate across the puzzle floor, like that's cool. But 9 times out of 10, like only one of us is gonna have the boots. So like there's some utility to it for 1,000 gold. Like right
Yeah.
now with what we have, I'm not. It's
No, I was confused about it. I thought it was like more of a, I guess, levitate across anything,
yeah,
not just
sorry,
the
I
ground.
wasn't. Yeah, and I wasn't trying to be hostile. I was just trying to give you all the information
Yeah,
because
no,
I
that's
the number
fair.
of times in game, like the number of times where I'm like, oh, that sounds really fucking cool, and it's not cool. Like sad days. Like
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
it's cool, but the use of it for 1,000 gold, I don't know.
Maybe just the
I'd
fire
rather
rod
us
bed.
like I was gonna say I'd rather us like almost maybe try and like pitch in for the fire stick maybe after we get back
Yeah,
at
for
a
the
discounted
discount.
rate.
I agree.
I
Okay.
think that's gonna get more uses, especially if we give it like because I'm assuming it doesn't. Well, actually, she did say though that you have to put in some of your magic. Does it cost spell slots to use that stick?
Not as far as I can tell.
Okay. Then what's the magic that we put into it? It's just that we
Well,
have to have.
It'd just be spell level, right?
If you have no magical talent, then you're gonna have a hard time
Okay.
using it.
So that's kind of dope because that's
So it
like
won't
free.
be really cool.
That's free. That's free fireballs, which I do. That sounds wonderful, and it recharges. So
That'd be good for
I-
both of us, really.
Yes, Luca has the right of it. For all intents and purposes, this is a wand of fireballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wand of fireballs. Remy is just
recharge.
Remy has a
For a
lot
day.
of reservations.
I assume it's 1 per day that it recharge.
No, you roll d6
okay.
plus 1. The wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you
Holy
expend the
shit.
wand's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the wand crumbles into ash and is destroyed.
That's
So as long as you don't use the
OP.
last charge, you basically just have up to 8 free fireballs a day.
That's so good.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
Wait, and do you get unlimited choices? Or do you have to pick 8 spells a day?
You don't have to pick. You don't know. So it's
just
just fireball. It does
No, I
not
mean
have to be.
as a sorcerer. Is it the same as wizard?
No, nope. I don't have to prepare spells. All the spells that I know, I know,
Okay.
and I can cast them.
Okay.
I don't have fireball.
Yeah, no, me either.
I like that one, but we can come back to it. So what I'm thinking, and let me know how you guys feel about this.
Yeah, we can definitely come back to it.
Maybe try and make that deal. Like, I
Mhm.
guess maybe buy the potions. See, we can maybe sweet talk her into bundling right now, but then also being like, yo, if we find any shit, we gonna bring it back to you.
I think it'd be safer to maybe try sweet talk afterwards anyway.
That's what I was saying at the very beginning.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have known that she had all this stuff
but
if we hadn't have
didn't know
spoken
all
about
this
it.
stuff.
We'd have been bargaining for more anti-toxin potions instead of a literal wand
she
of
quickly
fireball.
starts like stowing some of the stuff but back beneath the counter too while you guys are talking, just so it's not like lying out there.
Yeah.
I do also have some sort of cheaper things that you might be interested in, such as just some alchemist's fire might come in handy if you're interested. Throw a little bit of this at something and it gets caught on fire until it puts itself out.
How much is that?
It's
Oh, no.
50 gold pieces a flask, but they're fairly easy to use, and they're not the most devastating things in the world. But
Have you seen me try to throw things? 'Cause-
I feel like we don't.
And I mean, speaking of acid, I've got tons of alchemical acid that you, again, much like alchemist's fire, you can simply just throw it at something and see what happens.
So let's get these potions for now. Try and I'm quietly speaking again. Try and get her in on some kind of guaranteed discount deal for when we get back. We can bring her shit
Yeah.
back if we find shit. Here's
the thing. Do we have enough for 4? Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah, of course we do.
I don't have a lot of money.
I think Xylia has a lot of money.
Yeah.
Xylia has a lot of money, but
I
like
don't. Me
I-
and Remy are poor, man.
Again, very quietly. I have 469 gold.
I have 1,061.
69.
I have
I only have,
230.
like- I have 364, but I can kind of heal myself, so I don't know if it's like
For the acid stuff? I think it's
I feel
definitely worth
like-
at least all of us having a acid resist potion. No
that's
matter
fine.
what.
It's just I can't. It's not that I can't cop like my 4th of it or whatever it's going to be with whatever discount we can haggle. I'm just saying like that's like half of what I own. So that's like a lot to spend on like a potion that I may or may
Well,
not
I'd rather
need.
chip in for it than put your life at risk.
Okay, I'm just
Even if
saying.
you have half, because if you die, then it
'Cause I-
doesn't matter.
It's
It
gonna
doesn't
be
matter how
bad.
much gold you have.
Right. I also just am not so sure about pitching in for this death fire wand. I mean,
Oh, I was talking to Xylia. Like, whoever wants to pitch in can pitch in. I wasn't saying we all have to pitch in.
I'll pitch in
for it.
with you for it for sure.
Yeah,
I
I
assume
don't
it's
have a
going
lot
to
of
be
money,
shared
but
between
maybe
the two
we'll
of
get
us.
maybe we'll get more money if we find a bunch of shit.
Mhm.
Fire's
Small
really
repair.
destructive.
We've also been using fire this entire journey. We wouldn't have made it as far as we have without it, though.
Yeah, I just
It's gonna help us.
the idea, like I have not ever encountered the fireball spell, but it seems pretty big and pretty dangerous. I'm just
Yeah, but like if you know how to use it right, it's like, but it's like a against things you don't want
Yeah.
there. It's
all right. I would like my acid resistance potion, and you guys can figure out the rest.
Fair.
well. Brewster, and I'm gonna turn around her. I'm gonna turn on the charm. I'm gonna pull Xylia forward because I know that he seems to be relatively charming as well.
Lazy.
I think you have yourself a deal. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna lean really sweetly on the counter.
I'll mimic the actions.
The seafoam tiefling does. We're going to take you up on that offer. I feel like this could be the start of a really wonderful partnership. We're actually really good at making partnerships. I don't know if you know about Chalky Beef, but it is this very up and coming successful franchise that we're working on.
The guy you're talking about with the image.
Yeah, and so that's like another thing, right? Maybe we can get you guys connected. Like we could maybe do we could figure something out.
Really good
We could figure
food
something
and
out. I feel like
drink
it would work.
on a cold day. You will
because, like,
never be cold again. And thirsty at that, you will love it. Honestly, just try it out if you ever get a chance.
It's
Super
fantastic.
cheap too.
It's so good. So maybe at some point we can kind of make this like an additional connection. Keep that in the back of your mind. We're looking at getting these potions because it seems like you're really good at what you do. It seems like it's going to help us a lot. So, kind of that in return, we're going to be down there. We're probably not going to need everything that we come back up with when we come back from this adventuring. You got some things we're interested on. So I would love to sit with you right now, talk about a bit of a group rate.
Yeah, what was it?
70 potions.
75 a potion, was it? Sorry, my
For
memory
these
is kind of.
potions.
It's 150 a potion.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we're looking at maybe a group rate for this, and then like you're our go-to gal when we get back up, right? Like we're coming back, we're coming to you.
And honestly,
we're getting you these.
Shouldn't even take us that long to come back.
Yeah, literally like by tomorrow or the next day, 2 days from now tops, we're coming back. We're bringing you some really fantastic choice goods. I'm pretty sure. I feel very confident in it. So we're bringing you some choice goods. You're going to have the pick of the litter. So like, what do we say about maybe like a little bit, like a little discount now, and then like a little like pleasure doing business with you. Thank you for bringing all these awesome things when we get back. So I know that we had kind of that conversation about, because we got another gal that we're hooked up in La Mancha because we did some pretty good business there. So we got another individual over there that like is also, kind of looking for the same, kind of around the same goods and everything. So think of it this way. We're coming up and we're going straight to you. This other guy is getting like the dregs of whatever, like whatever you don't want, right?
All right, LaLancha was the leather worker that you?
Yeah.
I'm
one that we give the fur to, I think.
Does this bitch know? Does bitch know about LaLancha? Like, does she know everything about LaLancha? Is she keeping up on LaLancha and current events?
Good point.
But I'm not lying because I do have someone there that I am connected to. Anyways.
I will say as well, if you have any special requests, if you know of anything down there that you want, I'll keep an eye out for you. Just need a brief description.
So we're trying to set up. So basically, just an overall preview of this. We're going to probably be getting some dope-ass stuff. Want to cut you in on it. You seem like a really great person. I love what you've done with the image of the marketing with this whole thing. Your hair looking great.
Oh, the hair.
On fleek. Loving it. Want to look at getting a group discount right now. Also wanting to make you kind of like our exclusive buyer from this adventure. So maybe hooking us up with after the fact, bringing you some shit, getting some deals, getting some credit.
Nori.
Do you even need to roll a persuasion check at this point?
With advantage.
Persuasion?
Yes.
Okay.
What should be a 1 and a 2? Oh. Nice.
She
Girl, your hair
looks-
looking fine.
She looks like she's been thinking about it for a while, even while you were still talking. Because a lot of what you said, especially towards the end, was kind of just
Rambly.
hot air. I
But
was
good
gonna
hot
be
air.
nicer about it. But yes. And she kind of looks at you, and again, those gears are spinning.
I am pretty cute.
Yeah, I can bring down the price a little bit, but I'll be counting on you to bring some more business to me,
You can.
and not 20 years from now. I've got enough of those business ventures. I mean, within soon.
2 days from now, max.
In that case, I suppose I can bring the price down per potion to 100 gold pieces. So that's
It's a good discount.
33% off.
It's a good discount.
What are we thinking on
But-
the way? Where are we thinking on coming back?
Coming back, it'll depend on what you bring me back.
Of course.
Okay,
But
okay, okay.
she bring me back some interesting things, specifically, and she kind of like nods her head towards the counter where she's just stashed all of that stuff. Specifically, anything of that variety, and might have a deal.
I see.
Liking it.
Sounds like a fair deal to me.
I'll look at Keothi and Remy. What do you guys think? 100 gold potion, saving 50
I'm in.
gold.
I mean, it's a pretty good discount.
If you can bring me more of the weapon variety goods, I might even be able to start my own business backed on it.
I will
It's been
keep an eye
slow
out.
collecting these, but if you make a habit of doing this sort of thing more often, you might have a place to discard some of the things you don't need.
Perfect.
Sounds like
Sounds
a plan.
good. I'm gonna reach my hand out, give her a firm handshake, as firm as I can with my one strength.
With your one strength. I hope you mean
My
plus one.
12, yes.
Okay, it's like
And I will
Wait,
do
maybe
it
we
too
should
with
get
my
Remy to
zero
maybe we
strength.
should get Remy to shake on it with his rowing arms.
throwing.
You made the deal. A
arms.
shake's a shake.
Yeah. She gives you a solid handshake back. Her more dwarven kind of squatness, meaning her hand being like is just that much thicker than yours. Manages to give it a good enveloped hearty handshake. And she goes behind her and sort of rifles through one of the shelves a little bit, pulling 3 long vials that are just corked up at the top, and the potion within is just this kind of bland looking milky color, and she puts that down. Just the 4 vials in front of you.
I hate it when things are described as milky. It's like the worst
Yeah.
descriptor.
Yeah.
Bran,
That's why I
it's
just went.
Don't.
the protein, Bran.
Don't. It's a calm potion.
I hate this. I'm leaving immediately.
Oh.
Can't milk just be
Norian,
milk sometimes.
Norian, I can't milk just.
Can milk
Not-
just be cow juice just for once?
Oh,
Not
God.
with the advent of mommy's milkers. It just
No, I hate
never
this.
again.
Oh.
This.
Sometimes the internet was a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
She says playing a game on the internet with people she wouldn't have known without the internet.
True.
I had a life once.
And now you have like
That's why
50.
she said sometimes. And
Fair
now
enough.
I have 2.
Is it a lot to ask that like a potion isn't always described as a compotion? I feel
That
like
happens
that's
to
not
you
what
often
Brandon-
because I haven't experienced.
This is
Like
the first time
always.
I've
This is like the
experienced
first
this.
one. Yeah. What?
It's just the calm potion, Remy. What's wrong?
I'm pretty sure I've never
Lots
described a
of things
potion
are
as
wrong.
milky before. What? What do you
Milk-
want?
Milk is just milk.
Milk is also milky.
Alrighty.
But with
Still.
that transaction done, I think we'll take our break here because I'm gonna go feed my cats before they lose their minds.
Ooh. Okay.
And then we will do the library, and then hopefully the library doesn't take too long, and we could get on to actually doing
Let's
things.
speed run the library.
Hell yeah.
Shopping all freaking day.
Sorry
be
about
honest,
shopping
this is
episode, but we did
this
save
has
everybody
been
50
great.
gold. We saved
Yeah.
200 gold
No.
today with discount.
It's good to get back into it like this
Mhm.
anyway.
Yes.
So
Getting back into the swing of things.
Ow.
You.
Okay. I need to feed the cats because he
Yeah,
is
before they
actually.
eat you.
Okay.
Well, he just clawed me.
I need,
so.
I need to finish my dinner, which arrived literally as we started.
Oh, bummer. All right.
Alright.
Then be back in, say, about 10 minutes.
No problem.
Woohoo.
See you soon.
See you soon.
See you soon.
That's another type of
well,
skeleton.
That's something. Mm-hmm.
Skeletor.
Just came into death and destruction.
Welcome back.
Speaking of Skeletor, have you guys seen the new trailer for the He-Man Netflix reboot?
There's a Netflix reboot?
It looks so good.
Oh shit.
It's not like live action or anything like that, but it's
good.
Like they're taking it back to its roots, and they're not really playing on the cheese factor on this one. They're definitely going for like cooler action sequences, which is totally up my alley.
Yeah, that's good.
It looks. Oh, I'm so happy.
He-Man anime series one.
Not anime, but it's. The animation quality is pretty much on par at this point with the more recent animes, anyways.
Good shit. Good shit.
Anyways,
Work out, okay.
Yep.
here you
Okay.
just fine.
I realized I don't think we
It has moments.
divvied up the cost before we left.
No,
of
I
the
don't
stuff.
think you did.
No, we did not actually do
Was
the
what?
transaction.
Just 100? Yeah, just 100 gold per person.
400 total. But I thought Remy didn't want to.
I mean,
Spend
I
100.
will. It's fair. I'm never gonna be able to afford fancy.
I mean, it's 100 gold each. It's not horrific.
No, it's not horrific. It's just
Though
I've just been
Speaking
holding
of
off on
fancy
buying
things,
shit for so long. That's
I
why I bought
realized-
so much.
I
And
realized the
Nori-
other day when talking with Luca about it that like a suit of full plate for you, Corb, is more expensive than some of the magic items that you guys have.
well, like
Holy
that's
shit.
all of the swords and the armor are so expensive, and
Yeah.
like I keep shelling out money for potions. I'm like, Rebby has got to stop spending his gold if he wants anything cool.
But you
Mhm.
got the super cool sword.
It doesn't do anything though. It just lights
True.
up.
As far as you know.
As far as I
you
know,
know. You
part
haven't
of the
used it, have you?
library.
Yeah, but you haven't
Can
actually
I-
used it yet, have you?
Can I sleight of hand 50 gold into Remy's pocket?
No,
If you like.
You can't stop me, Remy. I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos
Oh
to give myself
God.
advantage.
no, don't give me
There we go.
that, D.
Yeet.
So 19, that beats your passive perception.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
There you go. 50 gold.
Incredible.
The next time you check your coin purse, Remy, you'll have 50 gold and you're not sure where it came from.
Well, I
You must
won't
have
know
just
the
not run the
difference.
numbers. Yeah, you must have
Yeah.
just not run the numbers right
Yeah,
last
you
time.
must
have
You
only
balanced
paid
your
50.
checkbook.
Right, no, because then if Remy thinks he only paid 50 for the potion, he's going to give another 50 after, because he's too kind.
Yeah, that's another thing. Remy's too good of a boy. That's okay. Remy is
I
none the
did it.
wiser, but
Oh, let
out
me
of
take 100
character.
off
Thank
then.
you.
In the interest
Oh,
of expediting things just a little bit, I'll say that you guys go and collect Kimmeth and bring him to the library with you.
Mhm.
And head up to, I think the top floor, was it? Was it that you wanted to go to check on the door stuff, or are you just kind of looking like in
We're
the
looking.
Are you looking in like the restricted area based on like the stuff that they found down below, or are you looking more just like general knowledge stuff in
We're
the
looking for
library of
both.
Cargo?
We want to basically look and find if there's any more info on that door specifically. And then
Okay.
we also want to look and see if we can find anything in regards to Shinov and a Skelly door.
Someone in this group can speak Dwarvish, right? That's how
I
we
mean,
did it last
you've
time.
brought Kimmeth
Nori
along too
can.
now, so Nori can, and I
I was
believe
saying-
Keothi can as well.
I can.
Okay, because what we can do is if we want to split up, you guys can go back to the door stuff, and then Kimmeth and I, since we can go look at the more like general god stuff. One, because I can't read Dwarvish and Kimmeth can. Two, we might find something about Shinov. Three, I actually want to look up Savage while we're doing this.
Which,
Zavich, okay.
which one is... Which of the two groups would be more likely to encounter languages that you don't know? Because I can ritual cast comprehend languages to help either of the two. The book's probably right.
Well, because Kimmeth can speak Dwarvish, so that's why figured if we're gonna split, send Kimeth with one.
Yeah. I'm just thinking if there's any languages outside of Dwarvish in like books or something that you might want to read that we don't know.
I mean, we're dealing with gods. We might find.
I'll stick with Remy.
Well, the door records probably would all be in Dwarvish because it's records of the door.
Yeah, it was all
that
in
one would
Dwarvish
be
they were
before.
Yeah.
I assume
So
most
probably
of the
if we
stuff is Dwarvish.
Yeah, so probably if we run anything that's not Dwarvish, it would be the more generalized god searching stuff and not the door stuff.
I'll stick with Remy then,
I
and
like
I'll
to go god searching occasionally.
I'll ritual cast comprehend languages,
Okay.
which lasts for an hour.
But is everyone okay with that plan? That was just one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So, yep, that all works. I think comprehend languages only works on self, right? You can't cast it on somebody else.
It's only on me, yeah. But I mean,
Okay.
Remy can easily just say, "Can you read this for me?"
Yeah, I'm not trying to hide the fact that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
stuff.
No,
It's
I was
about the
asking.
sword.
I was asking because Kimeth has the ability to cast it, so I wasn't sure if you could cast it on you and then you'd be able to read as well.
Well,
But no, it is definitely only self.
It's fine. I brought seeing eye people.
Sweet.
This is my seeing eye dwarf.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
my
seeing eye
dwarf
dwarf.
and my seeing eye.
Well, it
All
says
right,
as well,
so-
the spell doesn't decode secret message in a text or glyph, such as an arcane sigil, but I could probably try and do that myself being a wizard, right? If there is
If
anything
it's
like
an
that.
arcane sigil, yes.
Okay, sweet.
A secret code would be a bit difficult, seeing as it's in a different language. Like the nuances of language are a little bit too different. It's like trying to say a haiku in English when it was
Okay.
written in Japanese. It just doesn't
Doesn't
you know.
work.
Oh, but if he has comprehend languages, he comprehends the language. I think
He understands the
intent,
meaning,
right?
but he understands the meaning, but there's certain nuances to maybe how it's written to
It
try and like create a
says-
secret code.
Well, so the secret code, it would be like an intelligence roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say probably with disadvantage, seeing as he's not a native speaker of the language,
Well,
or
wouldn't-
like doesn't even.
I
Wouldn't it be
thought
just a
that for all
trade-off?
intents and purposes that comprehend language is basically for that moment and like for that time, like makes you native because you can.
It does say
you
you
speak it?
understand the literal
Or
meaning
is
of
it
any
just read
spoken.
it?
You can only understand
you understand
it.
the literal meaning. That's
Yeah,
Well,
the
that's
literal
for-
meaning
that's
in the
for
actual,
spoken
like,
language.
The slang meaning.
That's for
Yeah.
spoken language. It says
Okay,
you also
okay.
understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written.
So it's like when you as somebody who speaks French, occasionally puns are sort of lost on me because sometimes the duality of something's meaning is sort of lost on me.
Oh, it also
It's
says
rare now, but like
Sorry,
like
this-
as an argument, let's like if you don't understand like the nuances of a language, sometimes certain like aspects of it are kind of lost on you in jokes
This-
or in like
the end of the spell might clear it up though, because I think it would allow to do it if it was like numbers or something. Obviously not a language, because it
Yeah,
says the spell
but-
doesn't decode secret messages in the text or glyph such as arcane sigil. That isn't part of a written language.
well, an
So
arcane
if it
sigil
is-
isn't part of a written language, so I attribute that to like the that block.
Well, that'd be more
personally.
arcana. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come to that if we get to it.
If it was numbers, it'd be different, right? Because I mean, a numbering system is a numbering
Yeah.
system.
It'd be probably
But
harder.
anyways, this is all very hypothetical and not super
True.
useful to the current situation. So you three are going upstairs, right, to the restricted area. Meanwhile, Remy and Kimeth are the only ones in like the base area.
Remy, Kimeth, and me.
I thought Remy was with Kimeth. Oh no,
just
sorry,
said-
the three of you.
Xylia
Sorry.
said that he was also coming.
Well, is that
Okay.
necessary at this point? I didn't realize
For the
Kimeth
god
could do
stuff?
comprehend languages. I didn't realize he could do
I mean,
that.
he speaks Dwarven anyway, so it wouldn't matter anyways.
Yeah, so just come.
I'll just go with
I
Nori and
don't know.
everyone because he can.
Nori, you okay?
If there's any god shit, he can do comprehend languages for it.
Yeah, the guy shit is more like general. I think the door is probably where to find the information, but just in case.
to the restricted section.
Okay, so you three go up to the restricted section. Kimeth and Remy, you're on the bottom floor. So let's just get a general investigation roll from each of you to try and like accumulate as many books as you think is pertinent to your source of information.
Come on, this is where I
Or your-
shine.
Information topic, rather.
This is where you shine. Did you shine?
I didn't say brightly.
Did you shine bright like a diamond,
I
Brennan?
still go
You
better
showed
than you.
worse than he did, and he didn't even roll a nat one.
Oh, God.
And just for shits and giggles, I'll throw Kenneth in there, but he's probably not going to be much help.
Nat 20? Nat 20? Nat 20?
That would be hilarious, but I doubt it.
Do it, Kenneth.
It said investigation. Oh
Do it,
God, here we
Kenneth.
go.
Oh, no.
Nope,
The
not
two
quite.
Chanel people are like, yes, no. Books. Well,
Oh.
but we have Ricky with us, and Kenneth
Yeah,
has Remy.
bright
so
side
good
is
job, guys.
bright side is both parties have at least one person with a good roll.
Yeah.
So Nori and Xylia, you have a bit of a difficult time figuring out what the hell you're looking for specifically.
We're still excited about that fire wand.
Yes.
I'm just thinking about levitating.
Meanwhile, Keothi's the only one who seems to remember actually what floor and what sealed off area this door is actually on, and goes and finds the book pertaining to this floor, this door, and brings it over to you guys, and you start looking through it. Remy, you find a few books on gods, specifically some kind of just on general knowledge, and you find a couple that are more like treaties and essays on both Shinov and Zavich. I think those are the only two you were looking for.
Yep.
Okay. So for you guys up in the restricted section, I mean, you guys already combed through this book before to learn as much as you could about the door. The fact that the hypothesis from the mage who discovered it is that it is celestial in nature, that it seems to radiate some form of he said he thought it was necrotic energy based on the aging process of the people who approached it, as well as the fact that there was skeletons. But he said he couldn't be sure, especially given the skeletons didn't appear to be normally animated. He doesn't seem to express in more detail anything about that. He says the door itself is inscribed with runes that he didn't recognize as arcane, as well as some arcane runes that he's never seen before. Seem to have a script written on it that he'd never seen before. Whereas some of the scripts seemed a little bit more familiar, maybe even close to dwarvish. There was one that he described as too beautiful to be a functioning script. And lastly, he said when the doors were closer together, he was pretty sure he made out the inscription of a woman on the door.
Oh, I
Or
forgot
not the
about that
inscription,
part.
an engraving of a woman on the door, rather. He said, however, he put too much distance between himself and the door before he could get any more details on it, especially given it was still dark down there, as they had not lit any torches in case of attracting whatever was inside.
He didn't describe the woman at all.
No, he said he hadn't been close enough to get much detail about it. He could tell it was a woman just based off the hair, and probably not a dwarven woman based on the overall build. As for Remy and Kimeth, Kimeth is surprisingly not a huge amount of help. Apart from the
He's
fact that
hungover.
he can read Dwarvish, you realize quickly he doesn't read very fast or very well. In fact, it seems like he's almost barely literate. He does help you as much as he can. Just some of the more academic stuff, like the essays and whatnot, are just, they seem to go right over his head, and more often than not, as he's saying it, you can see he's like really mulching the word, like it's totally mispronouncing it, definitely has no idea what it meant. And you're definitely not an academic either. You've done a little bit of study in this because it's kind of part and parcel for your culture to learn a little bit about at least Cargone specifically. So there's like a little bit of theology there, but a lot of this is way above anything that you've learned before.
I had
Most
that,
of what you
public high
learn.
school education.
Yeah, basically. Basically whatever the Tritons deem important to them. And it's not taxes, it's learning about why Cargone is so great. But public education system aside, you learn a little bit more about stuff you kind of already knew for the most part. You get a bit more in depth about Shinov, and there's a little bit of argument in the essays about whether or not she's bad or good. And most people just say that she is simply a force of nature, much like Darnua. She is not something that can be tamed, but abides by her own laws, effectively. Being the goddess of the end, it's expected that there have been people in the past who've been resurrected by powerful magics, or who have been to death's door, who've described an encounter with Shinov, but most people seem to forget specific details of it within moments of being revived. However, there are some, and the writer describes them as scholars with heavy air quotations, who say that she is in fact a benevolent goddess, who just wants the best for all of her charges. But he scoffs at the idea of it, thinking that any goddess in charge of death can't possibly want us roaming the earth. There must be a reason why she's taking us all over the other side, wherever that is. As for Zavich, God, you've never really learned much about. He's definitely not a good god, especially because you know a decent amount about Chandi and know that he's just diametrically opposed to her. Anything that Chandi represents, he would be effectively the opposite. Where Chandi is charity, he's greed. Where Chandi is light, he's darkness. Chandi's healing, and he's in a lot of ways violence, not necessarily physical violence, but violence done upon another in the ways of lying and cheating and mentally abusing people, playing mind games with people. He ain't a great dude, basically. And not too many people will give him like actual worship. You won't see a temple to Zavich. In some of the essays, they argue that thieves guilds should be abolished because in a way they are almost a site of worship to Zavich where anything goes, and people are just sort of allowed to live their most greedy, most selfish lifestyle, while still somehow maintaining a sense of pseudo community. And he goes on to say that it's an unhealthy way of life, and that it's detrimental to the real society above ground. And you can tell that this dwarf in particular that might have written this essay probably lived here, given his description of how the Thieves Guild works. As for Zavich himself, some of the other trees go on to say that he's not a great god or anything. He's definitely one of the darker powers that exist within the heavens. But he's not all bad. Like, he does represent free will and people's ability to kind of do as they please in life. The freedom of choice. And in some ways also prosperity, and the idea of ambition and looking after yourself. So he's not all terrible, but almost nobody says at any point that he's worth worshiping. Then the idea of worship to him is kind of iffy. And that's pretty much all you get from reading that. Unfortunately, you guys have exhausted pretty much everything with that role anyways, for what you can find in the restricted section. As for the gods themselves, it's a very broad topic that would probably require more time than you're likely willing to give it today, to discover too much more. Also, hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. Woo!
Beautiful people.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
But yeah, so that's what you discover, and Probably about 4 hours of work.
Ooh.
It's
Nori's
definitely
pretty much
longer with
Nori's just convinced it's a Shinov door now. There was a lady on the front of it. Very important.
As for actually too, you probably would have looked in a little bit too at like Shinov and door references.
Mm-hmm.
Not you, Nori, but Remy.
No, me.
There is mention in some of those resurrection stories, which are held with a little bit of contempt from some of the academics, that she stands before a door that she seems to be either guarding or ushering people into. The message is certainly unclear, but a brief description of it when compared with your notes from the restricted section the day before sounds kind of familiar. Definitely arcane script check. Weird, almost too beautiful script to be functional check. Engraving of a woman, not check. That one seems
Don't
a
I
bit
remember
off.
the door from my little
You
rendezvous?
kind of do, Nori. You remember what transpires when you've been in Shinov's realm the 2 times you've been there now.
Mhm.
But the like details get really fuzzy when you try to concentrate on them.
Okay.
You can remember Shinov's general appearance, but in most cases to you she seemed more like a silhouette in the distance, more so than
I remember her door though. Didn't you describe that she was standing in front of a door as well?
you do remember there being a door. The general description of it, yeah, you'd say it kind of fits with what you've been reading. A little
Girl leaving her front door open.
bit.
Need to
Maybe.
go in and
So-
check and see if she left the iron on too. Come on, Chanel.
And so I looked at Shinovan doors, but there was nothing with Savage that was like specific to like a sword or like paired with Chandi in a way other than they're just opposed.
Go ahead and make me another investigation check
Oh,
as you're like looking for that specific
on,
sort of
Remy.
correlation.
Well,
no.
Swords, I mean, his symbol is a dagger through a crescent moon, but you already knew that. You know a little bit that in some
hoping
cases
I'd get extra information.
in some cases the dagger passes through the crescent moon from the waning axis, and other times it seems to be passing through the gibbous axis, and you're not super clear on why. It's not really described in any of this. You do know that on the sword itself, it's going through on the waning axis, so the moon sort of curves back up towards the dagger.
Say that one more
Like a
time.
hilt.
Yeah, the hilt of the dagger comes down into this crescent moon, and the crescent moon comes back up towards the hilt, effectively.
You said it was the waning or waxing?
That's the waxing. Yes.
So hilt of the dagger comes down into the waxing.
Yes. As the moon.
Cool. Okay. Not up to snuff
You
with
said
my moon
waning
vocabulary.
first.
I did, yeah, and it would be waning. Yeah.
I think it is. I think.
Waning.
my brain's trying to.
that X to an N.
I'm no astronomer. Okay, cool.
I'm trying to visualize it in my head, and it's
fine.
Odd.
To the ruins.
so that's the
Drop
extent of what you find.
camera
You can
off.
I'm sure
Yeah.
we share that whatever we want to share amongst everyone.
Mhm.
We go blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Things and stuff.
and Kimith
Stuff and
Like-
things.
sort of looks over at you, Nori, and you see like a questioning look in his eyes. It's kind of like familiar, right?
I feel like I'm pretty sure it's her door. I think maybe she accidentally left it open. Maybe like her image is on the other side, because right, like it'd be kind of weird if it was like I'm standing in front of this door and there's also a picture of me on this door. So maybe the other side's like this is her door, but it's the side that she's not typically on.
Maybe.
But I don't know why there's skeletons coming out of it. That doesn't seem
Skeletons aren't really her bag.
That's not very
All right,
Shinova
because
of you.
she's not. Yeah, because she's like, oh, souls, not oh, physical bodies.
You think somebody else might have carved the woman to deface it and change the meaning or the
Ooh.
Could be.
Are there any ladies that like skeletons?
Only thing I can think of is I don't know. They described the skeletons as not quite right in the thing
Animated.
that we were reading. So
Did
maybe they're
What
not
if it's
skeletons.
a necromancer trying
Yeah.
to like take Shinov's spot
they
and
say
is like carving herself on Shinov's door?
Oh,
And
you
she's
know
like,
what it
"I-"
could be? You know what
That'd
it could
be
be? I'm
bad.
looking over at Kimeth. I'm like, there's like bad people that worship Shinov too. What if it's like a perversion, right? It's like a perversion of her.
Did they say the
Like,
skeletons were
so-
coming out of the door?
Yeah.
Coming out of it.
When you guys go deal with that, why don't you come get me?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
Might be able to help with that.
Two of Shinov's favorite
Wait.
people on the case.
But
Hmm.
we probably will be going there fairly soon, probably within the next couple days. You should
Rest.
just maybe a little bit lighten up on the booze so you can have a clear mind when you
Did
come.
Shinov not get? So when I went and met Shinov, she was all like, "Don't lie, like be a good person." Well, should she tell me I need to have more control? You know, maybe
Not be so chaotic.
maybe you can exercise control.
I'm in control. I'm just living to what I feel like living at right now. But I will take it later on the booze for the next couple days.
You
Then-
also have to
then
drive our ship,
When
so
this
you
is
know.
all done, we go ham and like party for a whole day. We can catch up on the booze. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we can have a party day.
This is gonna be some hard work. I think we deserve a bit of a celebration afterwards.
I'm reasonably confident in sailing while drunk, but if there are necromancers in that door trying to pervert
Yeah,
my goddess's
our
shrine,
goddesses.
our
shrine.
goddess's shrine,
Mm-hmm.
then I ain't gonna be drinking for that. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
laying down the hammer for that.
Clear-minded.
Laying down the law.
Yeah. Yep.
Kenneth, you're not coming for the other thing, right? It's just for this one.
What
Just
other
for
Just
the
the
thing?
door.
skelly door.
Just skelly.
Just the scaly door. Okay.
There's another thing. What's the other thing?
Nope.
No. Oh, I
Wait,
meant
we
that
told- did we not tell him
we
about
told
it?
Kenneth about it. We did. He knew
You
about it.
told him what your general mission statement is, but he doesn't know like the specifics of what you guys are doing right now.
I'll keep it.
Yeah,
I'll keep
no,
it vague.
you
Just the
rest
other
up.
mission.
We're Skelly. Yeah, you rest up. You're Skelly door. We're doing that other Adventurers Guild thing that we
We're
were
just going
told
to check
do.
something
It's
out.
the boring stuff. That's why I was wondering. It's fine.
Yeah, it's not fun like the Skelly door. It's like the non-Skelly door.
All right. Well, best of luck, and like I said,
You could
I'll
care
be I'll be
No.
here. If I'm not here, I might be at the Thieves Guild because money.
We'll go find you.
Yeah.
Tell Roderick. Oh wait, we're gonna see Roderick.
We're going to
no,
see
are we gonna
Roderick.
see Roderick? We're seeing
Yeah.
him now, right?
Speaking
Okay.
of Roderick, guys.
I was gonna say tell Roderick I say hi, but I'm gonna see him first. I'll tell Roderick you say hi.
Sure. After I caught him cheating, I'm sure he's gonna
Yep.
love that.
Dude, he'll love it. We're best friends.
Speaking of Roderick, so did it not like? It seemed kind of sort of important to me when we were back at the Roosty Brewster.
Mm-hmm.
That it seems like people have been in this thing before. If Roderick, maybe Roderick might have some information that we can like weasel out of him or like buy, because like
I'll beat him
Maybe-
in a card game again.
if people have already been there and they've obviously made it out to the point where they can sell their magic stuff, then that might be some useful, like they might have useful information of what we can expect down there, huh?
We should have
So true.
asked.
We should
It
ask
could have
her.
also been a way long time ago before it was even sealed up that those were brought, though.
Also,
But-
I will say this is not the only
Sealed off place.
fallen ruins within all this area. This is just the one that you found that had mention of a guardian stationed there.
Right.
So,
however, I mean, the buildings could still be of similar make, have similar traps. It's worth. I just thought maybe it was worth asking because it was interesting to me that adventurers had already been in the ruins and had pulled stuff out. I just thought that was interesting. And if Roderick and his crew are the only people taking people down there, he might know something.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
I mean, I'm sure he makes
Definitely.
deals with people who go down there all the time for information. No. Just a thought.
Yeah, we can do that. To the meeting, we hang around until it's time for us to go to the meeting space, and then we go to the meeting space.
Yes.
Okay.
Beep, beep,
So
beep.
you guys grab some supper, maybe a beer or two, and then head on over to the Thieves Guild, which is where you're told to meet. Though, just outside of it, as you can see, the man calling himself Mage just sort of leaned up against the wall just outside the Thieves Guild, and Roderick, not quite pacing back and forth, but definitely kind of like shambling around in circles, as he's waiting for you. And as he sees you approach, he sort of nods over at Mage, and the two of them approach the rest of you. Roderick's eyes fall on Xylia first, and seem to rest on him for a moment before looking back at the rest of you. Well, I hope you're prepared, because apparently there's a decent amount of patrols going on down there tonight.
Any reason why?
Couldn't tell you, and our mage here can't really tell us either. He says there's just been some recent disturbance in some of the lower levels.
Of course there has.
Like what kind of disturbance?
Just something that needed to be resealed. So there's a decent amount of guards on patrol making sure that nothing is amiss down in the tunnels.
Has anybody
okay.
else been down there
You
recently?
guys down there just fine. Not that I know.
Okay.
I'm not the only guy who does this sort of stuff, but I'm one of the, I guess, more popular, we'll call them
Options.
yeah. I was gonna say tourist. What's the word I'm looking for? Tour guides. Yeah. But we'll get you through just fine. I've already bribed a bunch of the patrols to just let us pass, and the ones that we haven't bribed, Mage here can take care of that. Not
nice.
He sees the look on your face, not like that. Mage, if you don't mind, and you see the Stone Mage is already kind of doing some arcane movements with his hands, and you can hear like a low muttering before a slow sort of cloud descends upon all of you. It's not very visible, but within, you'd say, about 30 feet of Mage, suddenly all of you seem to be kind of a grayer color, more monotone, even down here in the darkness. And those of you who don't have dark vision, by the way, you're gonna have a hell of a time as your torches are taken and snuffed out.
That's fine until we get in. What is that? Is that like Misty Step or something?
No, it's Pass Without Trace.
Oh.
Should make us a lot harder to detect down here, where lighting conditions are already real low.
Sounds good.
Whose eyes suck again?
Mine. Both of us,
Whose
yeah.
Alright.
eyes suck, but
Remy, you hold Keothi's hand, and I'll hold Xylia's hand.
Hell
Okay.
yeah. Hold on to the horns.
If you don't want to hold my hand, you can like hold onto my scarf or something. But
also,
some people find
Remy,
the webbed fingers kind of weird.
Remy, do you wear?
It's
I feel like I've asked this before, but do you wear any sort of like symbol on you, or like a religious symbol anywhere?
I do. I have Chandi, I believe. I'd have to grab the character art, but I have one of them. The symbol is on like my shoulder armor,
Yeah.
It's like engraved. I have another, I think like on my clothes, like embroidered. And
Of
then I
Chandi?
have ones of Chandi and ones of Darnua.
Okay.
And I also think I have
Cargone.
like Cargone somewhere else, but not as prominent.
Okay. I was just wondering. It's not super important at the moment.
That's not foreboding at all. Yeah,
I
the
don't like
symbols are
this.
out loud and proud.
What's wrong with Bran?
Nothing.
You're suddenly terrified.
Yeah.
Bran proudly, Azylia proudly
No.
displays his sigil of Orgol. No.
Well, it's not displayed. It's away hidden, very hidden. The bottom of the bag hidden, like all the way hidden.
Like wrapped up
Yeah.
in a bunch of other
Super
stuff.
safe hidden, like, you know.
Does
just
Timothy
really,
have,
really hidden.
Shinov symbols on him? Because right,
Yeah.
because it's a little bit, even though that would be considered a little like, ooh, because
Well,
like,
so remember, his symbol wasn't just of Shinov. His symbol was a combination of
Oh,
Shinov
yeah.
and Cargone. He's got like a layered symbol that he
He's
wears
a
around his
dual
neck.
boy like me.
Also, can I say
Mm,
something?
Can you?
I think this would work with the trait that I took when I first started, which is Mask of Many Faces. Disguise self at will without expending a spell slot.
Yep.
Can I constantly keep that up 24/7?
I think maybe, because I'm pretty sure it's not concentration, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Then yeah,
'Cause I
as
checked
long
it.
as you can cast it at will, if you do it, every 59 minutes.
Yeah. So I want to do that to just look like Xylia, like I do, but without the markings on my hand that I got from the dream.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
All right. What's your spell DC, by the way?
Clever.
my spell DC. Spell DC.
on
14.
your spells thing. Yeah.
8 plus 3, 11. As long as nobody in the party has an intelligence of 16 or higher, nobody can tell.
Damn it, we're all dumb.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
So I don't.
Yeah.
We all know I don't.
It is. I will say out of character, it is more so for people outside the party, but also for people inside the party for now. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a precaution thing. I know they'd have to probably look and know what it is to wonder what the fuck it is, but it's a safety precaution.
What's a Shinov symbol?
Her symbol is, I believe it's a triangle within a circle, and the more cultish.
Not a circle
Following
within a
approach.
triangle with a line in the middle.
it's the hollow. What is it?
Yeah, I was making a
Hallows.
Harry Potter
Can't remember what it's
reference,
called, but
sorry.
the
No,
symbol.
I'm
Deathly
trying to remember
Hallows.
exactly.
I'm joking.
Yeah, you did it. You flipped it. So you put a triangle in a circle instead of a circle in a triangle.
I
so
can
you're all
find out
good.
right now. I have
like the
the
Hallow
god
something.
thing bookmarked.
Isn't it like the final movie's name? I can't
Deathly
remember what
Hallows.
it. Deathly Hallows. That's it.
The Deathly Hallows. for the
That's
fourth time,
literally,
Camden.
yeah, that's literally what Becky said, like
Yeah.
7,000
Shinov,
Oh, I didn't hear.
so
Sorry.
Shinov is a circle and a triangle that like overlap each other, but if it's evil, there is sometimes an X in the middle of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, maybe
Cool,
that
good
could
to
be
know.
something to do with the whole sword and moon thing. Like if it's one way, it's good. If one way, it's evil. Ooh. Interesting.
Oh.
I believe it's actually there is a description for why one is one way and one is the other in that doc that I sent you
Yeah,
guys.
it
That's,
says a
like, out of
circle
character
entwined with a
knowledge.
triangle, sometimes with an X in the middle, generally when used as a symbol of evil.
Mm. I just put an X in mine for. Just kidding. I know. I put X in mine.
She just puts a
Jesus.
heart in hers.
Yeah, I put a heart instead.
Fran's dying.
Swallowed like wrong. Then I laughed and swallowed at the same time. It did not end well.
Oh no.
Oh.
We killed him.
Huh?
We killed him.
Oh.
Anyways.
All right, let's go.
So over the course of the next 3 hours or so, you guys simply navigate down these tunnels with the mage sort of taking the lead and showing you where to go. Occasionally you do come across patrols, but you either literally walk right past them as
cool.
Roderick sort of gives them a wave, or in some cases you wait at an intersection for them to pass, and as long as none of you do anything stupid and just hold still, they just walk on past without even seeing you.
Rest of my self-control here.
Stop it. Stop it. A trip over Nori.
But yeah, after about 3 or almost 4 hours, Roderick comes to a stop and sort of looks at a nearby wall, and you can see scrolled in Dwarvish runes, Nori, you can see the number for the sealed door. I believe 464 was the one. Just written above. And he says, well, this is the spot, mage, if you don't mind. And you can see
464 is the skeleton door.
Oh, sorry, not 464.
Not 426.
426.
Okay, 426 then, not
Damn it,
464.
Dan, we said we weren't going to.
Now we are all 90
He's
years old.
railroading us. He's railroading us.
Roderick dies in
Railroad.
front of us and we're all aged by 50 years.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, so the mage steps forward and places his hand on the rock, and you can see it slowly melt down into the floor, almost as if just like moving of its own accord, seamlessly disappearing into the ground. And he steps away and says, all right, you have 2 hours. After that, I'm closing this back up.
No, we had made an agreement. Oh, yes.
Oh,
and
it's
then
true.
Yeah, but we had made an agreement of something.
We'll be
like,
back here in 24 hours.
Yep.
If you don't come back within the 2 hours, open it back up for 5-10 minutes. Hopefully you'll just be on the other side of this. If you're not, that's the last time we're coming here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to be quick about this. So
That's gonna be real useful.
do once we kind of step past that threshold, do we hear anything, like any sort of signs of the guardian, like any sort of like tracks or footprints that a guardian may pass? Or...
Wait, what?
You don't hear the
Bran heard
fucking
it.
thumb.
Bran heard it.
Wait, what?
That sirens get made a thumb sound when Remy asked
Oh, my
that. Like a really
I'm not
loud
getting
thumb.
I'm not getting any sound.
Oh, now I'm getting sound.
Okay. Yeah.
I literally just clicked Sirenscape to sound.
I don't like it.
The first thing you hear as the wall goes down is a very distant but very recognizable thrum.
Yeah, we've heard this before. Well, Keothi hasn't actually. Shit.
Keothi wouldn't have. Yeah, Keothi.
Oh,
to
it's
you,
the
this
thrum
is...
that made things like guard stuff.
This means bad
That
things. Yeah,
Okay.
it's that.
Okay.
The thrum
can
that you
assume it's-
experienced in the ruins when you were down there. The entire building seemed to just simply kind of shake occasionally with this thrum.
We should assume that the guardian is somewhere. So we should keep our eyes peeled.
The Guardian is much deeper in. We sealed this off way back.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out just in case.
All right.
Last chance to back out. So you see the mage kind of looking down the entryway, like looking
Do
like.
you want to come with us? Are you curious?
I'm gonna go back and buy those
Not-
boots. I'll see you guys soon.
There is not enough gold to make me curious enough to head in there.
All right.
You're not a very good mage. Aren't mages supposed to be curious?
No, not when things can kill us.
It's also very dark in here, right?
Very much so.
I'm casting dancing lights around me.
Okay, because I was about to say you and Keothi cannot see.
I'll cast 2 in front of me acting as like headlights and 2 in front of Keothi acting as like headlights.
Okay.
I know technically that's not how it works, but
Thanks.
like, you know, similar thing.
Yeah.
Still radius.
For the purposes of combat, just so you know, it does use your bonus action to move the lights.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. I'll keep them.
It's
I'll
not
keep
like
them in
as a
front of
mage
us
you
for
use
now.
bonus actions often, though. I'm just gonna throw that out there as a wizard.
Mm,
It
And
depends
just-
on the spells you took, because
does.
I've definitely made wizards that use bonus
Mm.
actions.
I have a
I guess I
fair
just make
couple.
really bad wizards that don't use bonus.
But I also power game the shit out of my wizards to deal damage with everything I do. So
Mine's more about preventing, but yeah, I have a few things.
I'm gonna propose it might alert the guardian, but if like we've got to move. If it's deep in and we've got 2 hours, I mean I know we have like
24 hours.
24
technically.
hours, but at the same time,
you probably don't want to be stuck down here for 24 hours, though. In
Yeah.
all fairness.
Nori?
so
I thought our whole purpose. I thought we were planning on staying down here.
No, that's a last.
Or-
That's a last resort kind of deal. We don't want to
Oh.
be trapped in a cave with this stuff going on.
Well, but we're gonna
With
kill
the
it.
unknown.
We don't know we're gonna kill everything in here.
Kill things and then hide.
I
don't
mean
know.
think
Okay,
think
cool.
of the stuff we found in the last one, right? Like who knows what's going to be trapped in here, what has made its home here. Just it's probably safer if we try to make the 2-hour time.
I'm casting mage armor.
Slap.
Okay.
I'm scared.
I'll do the same thing.
I mean, if we don't, we don't. But I'm just saying we shouldn't try and make this. We should try and get what we need, grab some shit for the roosty, and get the hell out.
Okay.
So you continue walking down this cave. I'm assuming marching order. There's more than enough space for you guys to go like 2 wide. So if you wanted to, you could do probably Keothi Remy, followed by Nori Xylia. I would
I'm
assume.
fine with that.
Yeah, that's how I'd say.
But as you continue down, before your eyes can really make anything out too far ahead of you, you can see the tunnel seems to continue on, but there's like a small divot in the side. You can see just slightly the outline of a humanoid figure, and a voice comes out to you, and not in a language that you understand, but you kind of recognize. Similar to the language that the lady spoke back in the Girdoon ruins. That ghostly image of the woman that appeared when you activated whatever that was. The recording of some kind.
Do you guys want me to... Can we wait 10
Yep.
minutes here? Okay, I'm gonna ritual cast comprehend languages for 10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to the door because I think we're not very far and be like, don't start the
Like,
clock
maybe
yet.
about-
Don't start
like
the
about
2
20
hours
minutes
yet.
away.
Yeah, don't start the 2 hours yet.
They can't hear you unless you want to run back.
Don't start the 2 hours yet. I'll run back. No, I'm gonna cast message. I'm casting message in their direction and
You
going,
think it
don't.
takes 20 minutes to move 120 feet?
I'm
Sure.
running until I'm 120 feet away. I'm saying don't start it yet, and then I'm start it in
I can-
10 minutes, and then I'll run back.
I can thunder step you.
No, it's good. I did what I said I did. I ran back. I told them
Okay.
don't start it yet. I say start the 2 hours and 10 minutes, and then I'll run back.
All right. Well, while Nori is still gone to go relay this message, you finish your spell cast, Xylia.
hmm
And the figure hasn't called out to you again since you stopped moving towards it.
Wave
I'll-
your hands. It's motion detected.
I'll take a step towards.
I said, state your business.
Do
This
you,
is a private facility. Visitors are not allowed.
Are you speaking to us right now?
I'm speaking to you, human.
Fuck. I didn't expect this. Ah.
Do we not have like that thing that
card.
Senezal gave us? Show him the card.
From the other tower? Didn't we give those back?
Yeah, we have the key cards. No,
No, he left you the
kept
key card.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He said that's how we access the ruins.
Yeah, I'll hold up the key
You said
card.
it should give you pretty much unrestricted access.
Thank God you fucking remembered that. Yep, I'll hold up the key card. We're on business.
Approach, but only you.
I take a few steps closer.
The few steps closer you take, he doesn't, whatever it is, doesn't seem to react. It's definitely a male voice as far as you can tell. There's something a bit off about it, though. It doesn't sound organic, is the best way to describe it. It sounds a little bit tinny at times and a little bit
Pre-recorded.
As I'm stepping towards it, I'm gonna say, where are you speaking to us from? You're clearly not here with us.
You see the silhouette of the whatever it is, the humanoid form, sort of raise one of its arms. I am right here.
Oh. I thought that was like a stop.
Nope.
Elaborate.
Okay. I'll walk up to it. I'll walk directly up to it.
Okay. As you approach it and your dancing lights start to illuminate it a bit more, you can see it's definitely the silhouette of a man, maybe a 7-foot tall man, but a man nonetheless. Though its body seems to be entirely comprised of either metal or wood. As far as you can tell, it's not armor. Its face is entirely made out of metal. Around like its jaw and around like where there might be like a bone structure, it seems to be made of wood. There's like metal plating on its shoulders and its torso, and you can actually see through it in some cases where the joints connect via smaller pieces of wood and metal and what appear to be maybe springs and cogwheels. But it just stands there, a spear in one arm, sort of watching you approach.
As I'm moving closer, I'm gonna move up with my hands up. And I'll just say, what is your purpose here? We're here on business.
I'm here to guard the entrance.
From us?
Intruders.
I see. What are you guarding
And
exactly?
You would know if you're supposed to be here.
Are you guarding it for its protection? Or from other
I'm
people?
guarding it until the doctor returns.
Oh, there's some Frankenstein shit.
I
That was out of
eyebrows
character.
at Remy, like,
Out of character.
I'm also like looking back at Keothi, like,
You guys don't
Or an
understand shit
eyebrow.
all that's going on because he's the only one who understands the language.
Yeah.
I come
But-
pitter
but-
patter. I come pitter pattering
No
up.
idea
You guys are
what's
still
going on.
here.
but I do remember that the Guardian was described as being made of metal and wood. So I know that that's the Guardian. Even if I can't understand.
Do I know this? Was I ever told that?
Yeah, you were told that
If you
too. I
remember the description, yeah, it was made of metal and wood.
believe. It's been a month and a half, so I'll just sort of give that one to you.
You're talking to
The
the
whole
guy
time
that's
I'm
gonna
like-
spit
I'm
acid
like,
at
he's
you.
talking to the Guardian.
Bruh. How far away from it am I?
You're about 20 feet at this point.
How far away from everyone else am I?
Similar. You've like closed that distance at this point.
I know, like
I'ma do
Remy
something-
and Keothi are like
I'ma-
looking at you with bug eyes.
Can I... Preparing spells works like you prepare it in case of a situation and it goes off in that situation, but you lose the spell slot either way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a reaction.
Okay. Can I prepare?
But if 6 seconds goes by, you lose it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you can't prep it like.
It
You have to
also-
prep it like.
It's also obvious when you're preparing a spell if the spell has somatic and arcane and verbal
Vocal.
components too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop where I am and continue speaking to it. I'll say, okay.
and you'll be wondering why I'm throwing eyebrows to my boy Remy.
I'll be like...
You can see.
Well, if I
also
run
at
back,
this
it's gonna
distance, you
fucking
can see
attack
off to the
this-
side a little bit. There's like this small, almost again kind of metal and wood, owl-looking creature just off to the side, sort of watching you from a perch up on some rocks.
I'm pretty sure we've all been seen at this
That-
point.
Just lie your
Get
fucking
us
ass
in.
off. Yeah, like lie to them and get us in.
You got the key card.
Can I whisper to
I
Remy?
do have the key
Can I
card.
whisper to Remy? Do you
He-
think we should take
How
our
did he?
acid
How did he
co-
react
Are
to
you
the key
still
card?
holding the key
Yeah,
card up?
I'm still
Well,
holding
he
it
told
up.
you to approach when you held it up.
Okay, I will go as close towards him as I possibly can with the key card in hand.
You can walk. You walk
wants
right
you to
up to him
approach him.
within
I know he
like
does.
slapping
That's-
distance.
Yep, that's why I'm
You
approaching.
can walk right up to within slapping distance, holding this key card out, and he doesn't even flinch.
Yeah, so
He does.
but he asked me to approach with it, no?
Yeah, he did, and he holds out his hand for it.
Can I whisper to Remy? Should we drink our acid resistance now or?
Wait until it's more hostile.
Okay.
Listen, we're all on business together. If I hand you this, we all come.
As long as your authorization provides such privileges.
It definitely does. Wink.
Well, no, he'll know from the key card.
What do you mean? What will he know? What do you mean?
Keothy wasn't there. Keothy's not registered for
That
this.
doesn't. We didn't register anything to the card.
Yeah, the card
Did we
has
not?
nothing to do with who actually.
No.
No,
it's
it's
a random ass.
goddamn,
It's
okay,
a
I had
literally
the
a
card.
random ass card.
I had the
You
card.
had him the
It
card.
has, like,
Okay.
Yep.
What's
You know
going to
how, like-
happen is there's going to be some kind of visual identification on that card that we can't tell when he reads it, and that's when we're going to have to fight.
He takes the card and you can see he places the spear he's holding to the side and he like hits it against the ground with enough force to actually dig the haft of it into the dirt or into the stone rather and leave it there before taking his
Oh,
hand back
wow.
over and just placing it on the front. And you can see he closes his eyes for a minute, 2 minutes,
Quick, now's the chance.
and then removes his hand and hands you back the card. Welcome, Dr. Kent. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you.
No problem. It's been a long time.
It certainly has. I'm a bit confused. It's been well over 40,000 years since you've been here.
Cool.
A lot has changed. All will be explained
Clearly.
in time. Can you lead the way for me and my new friends?
I'm not allowed in within the facility. However, you are free to enter. And he holds his hand out to the side where you can see within this alcove there is a small door similar to the doors you entered within the other Gearduin facility that you were at. Sort of just embedded into what at first you thought was just rock face is actually just this metal wall that's embedded within the stone.
Okay.
And I'll actually take you guys
Yeah,
to the map.
I give a motion to everybody just to come over and I just say, stay calm, everything's fine. Just go along.
Quietly. Or I don't know about the rest
can
of us,
see
but
things.
I quietly.
I can see things on that map. Just a heads up. Oh no, we're
Everything?
fine. Okay, nope, never mind. It's a garden homunculus. I didn't realize
Yeah,
that
we
the
can
owl was
see
a
those.
homunculus.
Yes.
Yeet.
He sort of just waits there for you to pass him by as he's holding his hand out.
This looks like where the entrance is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep in mind, sir, that
Yeah,
once
nut.
you open that door, the original seal on the facility will be breached. You may have less time than you might need after so long.
Huh?
The seal, sir, to preserve the contents within.
Oh, of course. Shit. There's so many different time gates that we've got. Oh! Okay. I'm just gonna whisper to everybody. How do we do this? How do you want to proceed?
None of us know anything that has been spoken between either of you. It's been in a different language this whole time.
I've been saying it out loud.
Okay.
I've been relaying the information.
We're good. Like he's not gonna hurt us.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
Is there like
I'm-
a stand down?
well,
type?
No, you asked that
long-term
out loud
friends-
within. You asked that out loud within hearing distance
Never.
of the guard, Nori.
Never ever. I'm whispering all of this
So
shit.
I'm just gonna say you wouldn't even need to ask that because I said when he said everything and I said come over and like just play it out. I'd have said I've known this guy for like 40,000 years. It's fine. Everything's perfectly fine. We just gotta make our way through. No hostility here. Screw it. Let's go. Let's just go through.
Guess we're breaking the seal.
Gotta do it. I'm gonna keep my eyes out.
I mean, we gotta go in there anyway.
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna keep my eyes out
Mhm.
open while we're doing this, just to take in the environment, see if there's anything that resembles the tower that we were in before, see if there's anything new, anything interesting.
Is the guard guy not confused about a tiefling being out here?
No.
Since
I don't
they were
think
using
he's-
them for genetic experiments? Okay, cool.
He
It
does
comes across to me
linger.
as like it's not his place to question.
The thing that worries
Mm.
me
He
out of
definitely lingers on you a couple times, Nori, but he doesn't seem to be taking any sort of issue with it.
the thing that worries me out of character is that this guy is, I know it's a guardian, but it's also what the fuck it's guarding, and that's gonna be through here, so we gotta be fucking safe.
Yeah, and the fact it spits acid.
We should probably drink our things now.
They're gonna. It lasts.
Well,
an hour.
he's what was spitting acid.
Yeah, and I mean, if you don't want to do it right now, that's fine. I think there could be infinitely worse things on the other side of this door. We don't know.
But we have a key card, so for the most part, like at this point, I would kind of logically play it safe that we should be relatively okay.
Okay, let's go then.
And it's only an hour.
Let's go
Oh,
through
the acid
door.
resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Remy very quietly. Here's what I think about the potions. Whatever we do in there, we may have to make him on the way out. So
Yeah.
maybe save it.
Okay.
hmm
But if you want to take it now, take it now. That's what I'm thinking.
That's fine.
I
We'll-
agree
we'll go
with
ahead.
Remy.
I agree.
Just in case.
Let's just
Let's just
proceed
go. Let's.
forward.
They stroll
We're on
awkwardly
time.
up the door.
By the way, what is a homunculus? I know that's an actual like a thing. What is it?
It's Frank, firstly. But
Frank?
it's typically, yeah, Frank's the homunculus. Your favorite little.
Wait, that's
cat.
Frank?
Monster. No,
No,
Well,
it's
no.
the same.
it's a
Same
different.
concept.
wait, Frank has been so long.
No, so Frank is a homunculus, but a homunculus is typically something created by a user of magic that's some sort of simulacra of life.
Okay, we can probably assume that's either what's in here or that's the doctor. Since it's probably not the
What?
god.
Wait, what?
Assume what?
Who created the homunculus here?
Oh, the
yeah.
doctor may have created
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I thought you were saying like he was literally the doctor. I was like, I don't know
No,
about
no,
that
no,
one,
no.
fam.
Quick, lift
Yeah,
your
so-
Well,
arm
I'm just
up
thinking
and
it's
call
either the
your
doctor or
homunculus
something that we're gonna
friend
find
to
on the
your
other side,
aid.
and that's terrifying if there's like a fucking another Senezal on the other side, like that high level of wizard.
If you press the key card against where the door opens, or that you've seen it open before, the door does in fact swing open if that is your next course of action.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeperinos.
the lead for this part since I have the key card.
Since your doctor can't.
Yeah.
for the
On your
foreseeable
way,
future.
Dr.
First name
Kent.
Clark. I use my
So with
laser vision.
A hiss, the door slides on open
Ooh!
and allows you in.
That audio dough.
What
I'll just
do
say-
we see
I'll say
as
follow
soon
closely.
as we go in?
Within is a little bit hard to tell because most of it's a little bit destroyed at this point. At some point there must have been maybe an earthquake or something for why this whole facility is now under a mountain. But most of the furniture appears to be broken in some way, shape, or form. The walls themselves seem to be lined with those similar little panes of glass and metal that you eventually realized were some sort of information storage when you brought them back to Senezal. And they are just lined in these shelves all along the two back walls, or the two back corners rather. In front of you, there appears to be a wooden desk by the looks of it, that has some broken machinery on it. You can see some like wires sticking out
Is that
of
this?
these various pieces of. No, that's what appears to be some kind of war table, perhaps at one point. You could see old maps of Kier itself drawn out over it.
Oh, I need to move my dancing
almost
lights. That's why. Fuck me. I think I can't see much else in this room if there is anything else.
You should be able to see a little bit. There is light sources inside the room itself.
I can see the thing in the middle, but that's it. The stone tablet looking thing.
Okay. I think you should be able to move the dancing lights. So you should have access to that. Oh, maybe not. No, you can't.
No.
Hold on. Dancing lights. Save. Edit. And...
Your friend kind of said that you might have less time than you thought. If we open the seal here, maybe you want to, like, ask him how much time we have? Did he say an hour? Is that what he said?
He said
he
nothing.
said-
We already find this? Okay. I'm just
He
throwing that
simply
out
stands
there.
back and watches you guys walk in.
Just throwing that out there that maybe we want to know.
Do you want me to call him in?
Well,
I
he said
will-
he can't come in here.
I will say that you guys,
he did.
while you were speaking to him, Bran, you've used comprehend languages, so you were speaking to him in your own common tongue, and he was responding back in whatever his language was. Just fine.
So he understands common.
He just obviously doesn't speak it back for some reason.
Yeah.
You can always play that like you don't remember. It's been what 40,000 years. Get some information out of.
I'm gonna head back out to him.
I'm gonna hole up in this corner.
I can't see him right now, but I'm gonna assume he's like around this area because that's where we left him. I was gonna say, hey, it's been so long. 40. You said 40,000 years.
Give or take a few thousand, yes.
I've completely lost track of time. What happened to this place while I've been away?
Earthquakes, floods, one or two more magical disasters. A dragon tried to set up its treasure trove down here, and I firmly disagreed with it.
You killed a dragon?
No, I chased it off.
Oh, good, yeah.
They've become increasingly stupid over the years.
Yeah, I gathered as much. We've come across a few ourselves. Remind me, it's been so long. Honestly, I remember a lot, but 40,000 years, it's hard to remember everything. How long do we have? We've opened up the seal. How long do we have to preserve everything right now?
It's a little bit beyond my field of expertise. You designed me mostly to be a simple defender of the facility. Given the amount of time that has elapsed, now that the seal is gone and time is flowing normally within, it's got roughly 40,000 years to catch up on. The deterioration could be incredibly rapid. It could take a few years to actually settle in and start deteriorating at the pace it should have been about 40,000 years ago. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
It's not. You would know better than I would, sir.
Yeah, of
Do you
course.
have any friends in here? Did you have any robots in here?
Well, first of all, when I remember programming you. Can you speak in common for us?
What is common?
Fuck, what was common 40,000 years ago? Would I know? Is it
Exist 40,000
the language?
years.
Would it even have been a language 40,000 years ago?
Is common the language you're
Oh.
currently speaking to me in?
It is. Oh, you smart.
Give me a minute. I am.
You smart.
He's
Oh,
figuring it
God.
out right now.
Does
He's
he
about to
need?
Holy
Does
shit.
he need pineapple?
Yo,
Banana.
do you have a failsafe switch? Did I design that on you?
You have your shutdown codes.
Perfect.
For obvious reasons, I cannot speak them out loud.
Of course, I wouldn't want you to.
Can you draw them on the ground? In
However,
the
No.
dirt?
yeah, you can't speak them out loud.
All due respect, sir, while your identity is verified, giving out the shutdown codes seems unwise given you seem to have forgotten them. For my own self-preservation, I think I'll keep them to myself unless you choose to use them.
Of course.
That being said, I have deconstructed the language you are currently speaking, and I am capable of conversing in it if you so choose.
Yes, please. That would be fantastic. Any other of my creations lingering around? Any of them survive the earthquakes? Any friends you might have made along the way?
Well, and you see him kind of look back at the facility, and you hear that basso thrum come through the facility. He's like, Stormseeker is obviously still active.
Perfect.
Yep.
Good to know. And how's Stormseeker been doing?
Dormant. I'm assuming its pilot hasn't been injected yet. He should still be in stasis within there as well.
The pilot was in stasis?
Yes.
We knew that already.
No,
Or
you
we
did
kinda-
not.
We did not know that.
Well, didn't they say that it, like
Nope.
some? I mean, we saw that something was like the thing wasn't active.
That's all we
It
knew.
wasn't active, but yeah.
We did not know there was a fucking pilot here.
I'm trying to like make that connection. My bad.
That's
Well,
bad. That could be real
There's been
bad.
no pilot injected into it, and that's why it's still dormant. The fact that there's a pilot in stasis in there means that there's somebody ready to be injected within.
Okay, I
Shit.
misunderstood that. Never.
What is he waiting for?
Your authorization.
That's it?
Yes, given since you hold all the controls, and this is not a weapon we wanted to unleash, or rather you wanted to unleash without good reason, our volunteer has been waiting patiently until such a time as you decided it was worth it to unleash the weapon. I
Yeah.
fear after 40,000 years, though, he may be a little bit confused.
He'd be extremely confused. But yeah, you're right. We don't
I'm
want to unleash this
extremely
thing.
confused.
You guys can actually now all understand him as he's switched to common.
That's why I said I'm extremely confused. I wasn't there last time. I've got no idea what's going on, really. I've only heard bits. It's all...
So the dragon
Yeah,
weapons
you-
are basically weapons of mass destruction that can end the entire world almost.
More like the continent, but yeah.
But there's a few of them
They
scattered
require
around, right?
like people. They require like pilots to
Think
be
of
able
it.
to.
Think of it like, okay, Final Fantasy. You know, like diamond weapon, emerald weapon, that kind of thing, where they require.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
that. It's that.
It's
Okay.
basically that.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Ironically.
It is.
The annoying part is I literally did that quest after I'd already done this, and I was like, the fuck.
Of course.
There's
Okay.
but here's the thing, like Final Fantasy bases it like the references are the same that like anybody else would pull. So
Yeah.
like there's been so many similarities to like
Yeah.
FF14 stuff, but it's more you're just pulling from the same source. It's
Yeah, I guess.
it's
I don't know what
fantasy.
source
There's
that
only so
fucking
much.
is.
Sci-fi fantasy, there's only so much.
I'm just gonna say, if you guys have
There's a
any other
unicorn
questions,
in everything.
if you guys have any other questions for my friend here, he'd be more than happy to oblige. Please answer any questions that they might have. I'm gonna go
Of course, with your authorization, I will answer anything.
Yeah, I trust them with my life. I will go reacquaint
recall-
myself with the facility, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna start taking a thorough fucking look around this room.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, all that's in this room is those data slates, the desk in front of you that, upon closer inspection, anything of any real value on the desk is busted to shit, and a door to the very back.
I'm gonna talk to the robot. What's your name?
My designation is guard.
Guard, do you happen Dr. Kent's been here a while. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I
No, it's okay.
She seemed a bit flabbergasted.
I'm
so.
processing. He doesn't have a name, and so my brain immediately tried to start making one out of guard.
Yeah, Remy's trying to.
I got it. Gerard. It's Gerard. Your name's Gerard now. I'll call you Gerard.
You may call me as you please, though my designation is guard.
Yep, Gerard the guard.
Mr. Guard, would you happen to remember, since Dr. Kent hasn't been here for a while, where we might find, where Dr. Kent may have put some information, like perhaps the layout of the facility, like a map of sorts, or any codes that
A map should
passwords he
not
would
be
need?
necessary. The facility itself is fairly standard. You have the opening here, you've got the barracks right behind it, and beneath the barracks is the, we'll call it the armory, where Stormseeker is currently docked.
Can I hear
I
that
will
from
say,
you?
though,
I'm gonna open this door to the barracks since I know it's not
Okay.
the next room. Not the armory, should I say?
So as you guys are having your conversation with guard over towards the front entrance, Xylia, you open the door, and on the other side of it, you're immediately greeted by the figures of 3 spectral-looking humanoids, whose bottom half seems to just end in trails of wisp, as well as a man standing there, though he looks quite corpse-like in nature. Not quite like a zombie, because you've seen zombies before now. Because zombies kind of desiccate and rot, whereas this guy is clearly dead, but not rotten. And unlike a zombie who's, kind of just seems like a meat puppet, sort of moving to some weird whim, this creature appears to be actually intelligent, because you can see the intelligence behind its cataract covered eyes.
He
And it
has no interest in talking to the guard, so she's just gonna follow you.
He seems to be
Roll
dressed,
for
however,
initiative.
he's dressed in weird looking clothes to you. It seems to be like an all one piece of, you think, leather. You're not entirely sure what it could be made of.
Okay.
But it seems almost like too shiny to be actual leather. He has a sword strapped on one side, a bow and quiver on the other, and on one hand you can see this contraption of metal that just seems to be like a ring going around the back of his hand and around his palm, with this small like disc in the middle. And as you open the door, which makes a very obvious hissing noise as it opens, you can see the man look over at you, and he says, "Oh, unplanned visitors."
Oh, this is very planned. Do you not recognize me?
Recognize you? Why should I?
I'm the doctor.
Please. The
It's
doctor's been dead for thousands and thousands of years.
Then
You're no
please
doctor.
explain how on earth we would have got past God, who has been remaining at this post for 40,000 years too.
I don't know. Perhaps you understand fallen relics more than I do.
Or
It's
maybe
not
you'd
my
like,
place.
maybe you'd like to go and ask him that question yourself.
No, that's okay. He's forced to stay out there. Though, I can dispose of you real quickly if you like.
I'm gonna cast message.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell Remy to tell God that the doctor is in danger and has granted access to the barracks.
Okay.
Okay. Remy, looking very unsure, will
And I'm taking a step back. Sorry.
will relay that message, quote, word for word, to guard, and
Okay.
kind of step back to let him.
And I'm just gonna say, God,
With that, Xylia, I'm assuming you're not taking your eyes off the area in front of you. You hear heavy metal footsteps thudding towards you and past you to stand directly in front of you as guard enters inside the room and takes a look around. You see the undead man towards the back's eyes light up, and you see him quickly look back over his shoulder. Remy, you're just able to make out the staircase behind him, and the man looks over his shoulder and says, "Master, we've got company."
Master.
We've got a hook.
Before quickly turning back to you and drawing his sword, and I'll need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Can I say one more thing before we do that?
Sure.
I'm gonna say to the guard, make sure nothing can wake up the stasis.
Understood.
Thank you. And now, oh god, dude, this is too much.
Can I beam Keothi, make myself get rage?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are ready for rage.
Oof.
Oh my god, it's been so long. Where's initiative? There it is.
Middle.
Oh, come, don't make me go first.
Hang on, I'm on Keothi. How is this not rolling for Keothi?
Make sure you select your token first before you hit initiative.
It did roll for Keothi. 9.14.
Well, it did, but it didn't put her on the initiative order.
Oh, okay.
She never token selected.
Oh my god, this music, dude. This music.
You had the dancing lights selected, that's why. So I'll remove that and add you in.
There we go.
Let's go, Dr. Kit. We have a robot.
Jesus Christ, we have a Hulk.
I have an army. I have a robot.
I'm happy that Remy remembered the key card, and then Brand's just been like verbally piloting a mech now.
Oh Jesus.
That was smart though. Like, you have authorization, get your ass in here, you dumb robot.
Yep.
So the white goes first. And he, with his sword drawn, will take a few steps back towards the, you could see over to the right, there's like this glass pane, and you can just barely make out within it a humanoid figure floating within this blue fluid. And behind him, there's this sort of row of what appears to be some sort of metal desk with a bunch of glowing lights on it. And his hand is sort of like hovering over it. And he's like looking at guard with this sly grin on his face.
Oh no.
And that'll bring us to you, Xylia.
Okay. 2 seconds. Sorry. I'm really sorry. I have a question.
Yep.
Thunderstep says you can bring one willing creature along. Can I try to force a creature along with a check?
No. Needs to be willing.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna take a step forward. It's the white that's doing this, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna hold up my hand. And I'm gonna attempt to cast Charm Person.
Okay, on what?
On the white.
Okay.
You want to read the...
Yeah, you might want to reread that spell description before you do so.
Read what Charm Person does before you use it.
It is charmed by you until the spell ends, or until your companions do anything to harm it.
What is charmed by you? Specifically.
A humanoid? It's a humanoid, no?
So undead are not considered humanoids for the purposes of spell targeting.
Okay, never mind then. In that case, 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna take a step in front of God, assuming I can squeeze past him.
Yep, he'll let you pass.
With half my movement. And then I am going to cast lightning bolt at 3rd level towards the white and the specter.
Okay. Jesus. I forgot you could do that now.
Yup. Which is a 23.
Oh, this is. I'm glad he had his first his attack or his turn first
That-
rather.
That's pretty bad rolls too. Holy shit.
As you cast the lightning bolt towards him, and the lightning bolt comes first towards the white, who raises that hand with the weird thing on his hand, and you can see this glowing red dome come directly in front of him as he grabs the lightning bolt out of the air and redirects it back at you. And I'll need you to make your own dex save.
Excuse me.
You and guard, actually. Sorry.
A dex save.
Yep, against your own DC.
Nice.
Save.
Both make it.
Nice.
So you both only take 11 damage.
I don't know what this is. Okay. I don't know if I can counterspell
Got all the
it, so
points
I'm
to
just not
start
going to
with.
attempt to. What is it? 11 damage?
Yeah, 11 damage. It's not him casting a spell, so no, you wouldn't be able to counterspell what he just did.
Okay.
However,
you could technically counterspell your own spell.
You could technically counterspell. I
But-
think actually it specifies in the spell, though, it needs to be another creature casting the spell.
Oh, okay.
But as you see him throw this lightning bolt
No,
back at you, you do dodge out of the way in time to only take a grazing hit.
It actually doesn't say that, but I won't waste the
Oh, it
spell slot
doesn't?
anyway. No, it just says a creature that you can see interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell.
I guess you can see yourself, in all fairness. But as he throws
I
this
won't
lightning
do it.
bolt back, you see that in the center of his palm, that like metal disc ejects one of those turquoise crystals you saw back up at the alchemists
Ooh.
off to the side, and he grabs another one out of his side pocket and slaps it in.
Oh, can he like reload as a reaction or something? and
He's
see?
got a
No,
gun.
he used his reaction to do the grab out of the air to begin with.
And it lets him reload as well.
Yeah, it's not a action to reload. But you can only have one reaction a turn anyways, so.
So the reaction itself is grabbing, throwing, and reloading.
Yes.
Is a reaction. Okay.
Yeah. The
Okay.
reload is flavor text. It's not important.
I mean, technically it is, right? But well, okay. So it's fair. I'm saying like I'm trying to calculate if he could reload again before his next. Like that's what I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
is
could
all.
Well,
he-
he uses reaction to do the thing anyways.
Okay. Okay.
Would he be able to use another reaction if somebody else casts a spell on him though? No. Not until
No.
after the
Unless
next
he was,
turn.
like-
Okay.
You only have one reaction per turn.
Okay.
Per round, rather.
I'm gonna
Okay.
swiftly bucket back 15 feet. Actually, I'm gonna get here 15 feet. Sorry. So I'm behind the wall. And I will use my bonus action to move my dancing lights.
Okay.
I'm just gonna move, I guess, 2 of them in, 3 of them in, 1 of them out. Just there.
Okay. Remy, that brings us to you.
Okay, I hear things going on, but I can't see. So I'm
You
gonna
can see the floating specters in the back, at least.
Okay, I'm gonna cast as a bonus action divine favor on myself. And then 5 10 is guard gonna let me through?
Guard lets you through if you try to push past him.
Yeah. 5. And it's half movement speed to get past him?
Yeah. No, sorry,
No.
because he's an allied creature.
Oh, so it doesn't
Full
cost
movement.
it.
It doesn't cost anything. Yeah.
Okay.
This is fucking intense.
Oh, hey, cool. And as I'm turning the corner, I have just enough movement to get to Mr. White here.
Walter.
I'm gonna, Mr. Walter.
Tidy Walter Whiteys.
I'm gonna swing with my longsword.
Okay. As you take a swing at him, he says, "If you don't stand down, I'll push this button."
Oh no! Not the button!
You still get your swing off,
You've
but
already used your reaction, you stupid head.
You dumbass son of a bitch!
and you can see there's an element of panic in his eyes as you've jumped up on him like
He's
this.
he's a little bitch.
Will be.
Especially seeing as you're covered in fucking divine radiance, there's an element of fucking panic in his eyes.
Can I aim specifically like to fucking like chop his arm off?
I mean, that was my plan.
This is D&D. That's peak D&D right there.
Can I aim like try and aim for the hand or the arm?
You can, yes. I will say you have disadvantage. No, you don't have disadvantage, but you'll have to hit a certain threshold of HP in order to actually cut it off.
Yeah, I mean, like just kind of deflect. I don't know. I'm
favor,
trying to
divine
get his
smite,
hand away
divine
from the
smite,
button.
Device. Just 5 swings.
Well, if I hit him,
Yeah.
okay. All right, I'm gonna attempt to hit him.
You got this. I believe in you.
Risk it.
I believe in you.
I just hit the weapon, right?
The weapon?
To roll for attack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I believe in
I thought you
you.
meant like you're attacking the weapon. I was like, what?
Come on.
Hold on.
10 will not hit, unfortunately. Thankfully, you get to keep your smite.
Yeah.
As he manages to retract his arm just in time, though that does sort of nullify his threat of hitting the button.
You know, the music took a real downpour then. At the same time as the roll went through, I was like, wait, was that planned?
Do I have enough time to to alert
You're
the
level
room that
5,
he's
you
going?
can attack again.
That's right.
Oh, shit.
I can do that now. I'm
Let's
going
go.
for it again.
What the fuck?
That is a hit.
Just smack
Yikes.
I am divine.
Are you still going for the arm?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then you're
and
adding a divine smite.
I will divine smite this.
Okay.
Damage to extra damage is 2d. First level
A
spell
lot more
slot.
damage on that hit too.
Isn't that like 3d8?
Okay. I'm gonna do this with a second level.
Second level. Alright. You should just be able to click the divine smite attack that I added for you and cast it at level 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, come on.
And I have divine favor checked, so.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck, that damage. That's 28, 40, 44.
Oh, it's
Oh.
all
On
3
one
of them.
fucking hit.
It's
Oh.
both of them.
So he's
His
in the
arm
middle of
passed.
retracting his arm as
Right.
you slash down, and then you reverse your thrust and just come right back up and catch him in the armpit as he's like bringing his
Goodbye.
arm back like this. His arm just goes flying off in a mess of gore as just holy fire radiates out of his arm, and you decimate this guy as he's like brought almost to an inch of his life and falls to his knees, surprised as shit.
Question, is this the arm that has the thing attached?
No, this is a sword arm.
Okay.
Yes, baby!
There is obvious panic in his eyes as you've just ripped off his arm in one fucking
Yeah,
cut.
I catch him like straight in the eyes, and like Remy is also a little bit panicked, but he's also like I will fucking like get you down.
I will fuck you up,
Oh,
sir.
God, yeah!
That's all I've got.
Fuck. That's nuts. That was so much damage. I thought he'd be hard.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I can actually attack twice now. That's
That's huge.
Yeah, that's
I may have
Very
designed
appreciated.
this with not level 5s in mind.
I don't. Yeah,
Well,
we haven't even
this is
tickled him yet.
this is also sort of a type, just a straight type disadvantage.
True
True.
to undead
Remy.
versus paladin. The specters will swarm you as the white lets out this ear-curdling screech in a language pretty much none of you understand except Nori. I guess
And me.
Xylia would understand it because he has comprehend languages. Nori, you'd recognize this as abyssal as he's screaming out. He says, "Kill it!"
What do you say? Kill it?
Kill it, yes.
Oh.
How rude.
And
not an
That's
I don't
Mr. Remy to you!
each specter will attempt a life drain attack on Remy.
Oof.
For 1, 2, 3. Whoa!
Holy
no.
shit.
Dude, though, definitely life drain me.
Wow.
Woo!
Well, it's a constitution save, though,
What
right?
is this?
Please con save.
Please.
Oh, I have to do 3 con saves?
Oh.
Two. Only 2 hit.
I think Remy dies if you don't make these, right?
Yes.
Those
Okay.
are both made.
Good.
But you still take 20 plus 23 for 43 damage back to you in necrotic.
Are you alive?
Holy fuck.
Hold on.
So
I'm not down, but am I resistant to necrotic? Is that a paladin thing?
no, paladins,
No.
they're resistant to disease, but not necrotic. So
Jesus
funny thing,
fuck.
Remy dealt enough damage to reduce the white to 1 health. The specters just did enough damage to reduce Remy to 1 health.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, this fight wasn't in mind with level
shit.
5s in mind, though. Let's carry on.
Dude, that was 2
Holy
crits. Like,
shit. Yeah, that's insane.
it-
Holy
just-
fuck.
it doesn't happen normally.
What is this episode?
If that, so
What is
just
this episode?
quick question though, genuinely, if that was 3 hits and 2 of those had
Yeah.
failed, Remy, would you have been dead?
No.
He would only be able to
He'd have 1 HP.
1 hit. Yeah, and only be able to regain 1 HP, right?
Yeah.
Holy fucking
It
shit.
would have reduced his HP total to 1, and that is all he could have.
And if
so
all,
thank
if
you
all
for
3 of those were
making
crits and fails,
Um,
it would have been death.
Also, fun story. So if you're dealt enough damage to not only bring you down to 0, but to bring you to the negative amount of your max HP,
You do
So-
die.
you do instantly fucking die.
No death
So
saves.
if Remy's
Well-
max HP had been reduced to 1 and took 2 damage, Remy would be dead. Dead. Just
Yo, this wall's looking real cozy right about now.
Nori, you're up.
Holy shit.
Somebody get him out of there!
Well, my boy! My beautiful
Little
boy.
blue boy!
Yeah, Remy's definitely like swaying, like barely able to keep consciousness surrounded by these ghosts.
Basically, they've just like started taking parts of your soul and just eating it.
Yeah.
They are munching on you, Remy. You are delicious, fish boy.
Sushi.
All right.
He's mad right now.
I hear all this fighting because I can't. Fuck,
Can't really
I hear all-
see it from where you were.
Yeah, but then I go and I see Remy just fucked, right?
Yeah.
Like.
You see
fuck,
Remy
okay.
with like 3 ghost-looking creatures like pulling out this like
shit.
what looks almost like Remy coming out of Remy, and they are just munching on it.
Oh, it's like the scene from the 3rd Harry Potter movie where the soul comes out of the mouth. Oh god.
Yes.
It's like the Dementor all over again, isn't it?
But it goes back in because Remy's fine. You're totally fine.
I can't physically get to Remy because Remy's too far away from me. I mean, brain-wise, I'm thinking best plan of action is to try and get rid of as many of these as possible, right?
Well, we know
You
that
can't
the white is
heal attack.
extremely weak and it doesn't have
What'd
a
you say?
reaction.
That's
What's up?
inappropriate, Rainy.
What?
My cat.
Oh, you're
lick
Rainy's
your
like
bum.
cleaning herself.
no.
She's like, get clean.
Maybe move to her leg. I apologize.
That's fine.
1 second.
We don't exactly have it in high def, so.
We've seen Dare do worse.
Cats be cats. There's nothing you can do.
Technically not in any sort of recording, though, as far as I know.
As far as you know.
No.
I'm kidding. Oh.
Nori, like, seeing Remy basically on the verge of death and really not able to do all that much in regards to getting, like, healing him too much. If he gets hit more, she's thinking, all right, gotta kill at least some of these. So I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to make. I can spend 2 sorcery points to make a spell a bonus action. I can spend an additional sorcery point to twin cantrips, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to take a level 2 guiding bolt, and then an additional sorcery point to twin sacred flames.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Them up.
Yeah, I know that this boy's looking shit. What sacred flames are dex saving throws. Guiding bolt.
No. Yeah, Sacred Flame is. Yes. Yeah.
And guiding bolt is like an actual ranged attack.
Yes.
Avenge me.
I'm going to. Can I do one at a time and decide where they're hitting, or do I have to decide all of them at once?
Well, they need to be 2 separate targets, regardless.
For the guiding bolt.
Yes.
Okay.
So because that's
Then-
if you're doing that first, then yes, you have to decide
Yes.
where they're going, and then you can decide
So,
to take it
okay, cool. Guiding bolt, and then guiding bolt to the one on the north.
Okay. So damage or attack rolls for both.
No, sorry, not guiding bolt. Sorry, those are sacred flames. I can't twin the guiding bolt because
Yes.
I'm speeding that one up. So 2 sacred flames. So they do dex saves.
Yes.
For some reason, Luca, your audio is mismatched with your video, and I don't know why.
Oh, sorry. That fails.
That fails. So the white takes damage from the Sacred Flame and will die no matter what the damage is.
Okay, dope. Cool. The
And
other
the
boy.
Spectre will make a dex save as well, and that will make it.
Okay. And if they make it, then it whiffs, right?
Yeah, because it's a cantrip.
Okay.
And I don't believe you have potent cantrips at your level.
Why not?
The white, on the other hand, will be sort of agonizing over the loss of its arm, and then looking at you and screaming at you, Remy, shortly before, out of nowhere, seemingly is engulfed in this holy yellowish white fire, which causes it to drop over charred on its side and just its sightless eyes staring up at the ceiling.
I'm gonna scream back at it in abyssal. That's my friend.
All right. And the
then-
guiding bolt.
I guess we'll just go for that same Northy boy.
Okay.
Let me click it, and I'm doing it at level 2.
Don't hit me.
Don't hit the
Guiding
god.
bolt.
That'd be bad.
18 will hit, even with 3/4 cover. That will hit.
I think guiding bolt, isn't that one ignore cover, or is that
That's Sacred Flame.
Oh,
Sacred
okay.
Flame ignores cover.
Okay.
Guiding
With
bolt
a-
gives advantage on the next attack to it, right?
Yeah, it does. So that's 20 radiant? That must hurt real bad.
That hurts it real fucking bad. That's not the right amount. That's the right amount. As the guiding bolt whizzes past the guard, does a little loop-de-loop around Remy, and then slams into the Spectre currently hovering over him and trying to eat him, punching a hole clear through its torso. You can see like sizzling, burning blue flames starting to eat away at the Spectre's form, and it sort of begins to wither down towards the ground. This like look of shock on its face, but it's definitely alive. It's just a little bit confused.
Fuck you.
Anything else out of you, Nori?
I mean, that's all I got. That's my action, bonus action.
Okay. Keothi, you are up.
I did also. I used my Tides of Chaos earlier. Just a heads up, reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a roll.
Just yeah.
Fireball kills the entire pie.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Who needs the wand?
Okay, well I'm gonna use my 20 feet to get to there.
Okay.
I'm going to smack this nearest ass
Spectre.
in the face with my great axe.
I'm gonna smack the
Yum.
nearest ass in the face.
Me too. A 23 definitely hits it. However, while your axe definitely collides with something, it seems to pass through it without a huge amount of damage done to it. And it definitely doesn't feel very effective, but it's doing something, as you can see, like visible tears appearing in its kind of ghostly form.
Okay, well, I'll hit it again, obviously, because I've got I've got an extra attack.
Okay. The 8 will actually, sorry, if you're reckless attacking, that hits. I don't know if you remember that being a feature for Barbarian.
Yeah, I think I did. You get advantage, don't you?
Yeah, but then they have advantage attacking you back.
Yeah. Because I've got fast movement, does this mean I can pick Remy up and run him out the door? Because I've still got 20 feet left.
It's an action.
Unfortunately not, unless you actually do a grapple on Remy and then grab him.
That might
He'd also
give them opportunity attack.
Yes.
I'm willing to try and save Remy.
The grapple would have been your action. But since you've
Right,
attacked,
okay,
you
so
don't have that.
Right.
Yeah, but you do hit with a 17. Again, your axe sort of passes through almost harmlessly, but you can see that it is pulling a little bit of its essence out of it, slowly but surely.
We're useless here, boys. I'm gonna
Yeah.
turn around and shout, Zylia, get back in here right now.
Mundane weapons don't do a whole lot against spooky ghosts. So you're staying there.
Yeah, because I want to try and protect Remy.
Okay. The guard will go then.
I'm so excited to see what this fucking do.
Jesus.
He spits acid on all of us, including me.
No.
Nah, he is smart boy. He learned common in like 3
I
seconds.
love Guard. He's my new best.
Same. No, but I'm sad that we might just have to kill him.
Hopefully.
Trying to decide what he's gonna do here, because he's not made to fight
Enemies.
them. He's made to fight you.
Well, how the turns do table.
How the turns do in fact table.
I'm so glad I thought about that. Oh, God.
You see guard raise up the arm not currently holding the spear, and you can see these 3 little tubes pop out, like kind of hollow tubes. And he starts firing what appear to be small little force missiles from it as he casts magic missile at level 4.
Holy shit.
Yo,
level 4?
fam.
Sorry, at level
Down.
2. Level 2.
Holy
not
shit,
4.
I was gonna say.
He fires 4 magic
I'm
missiles
glad we
because he
didn't fight.
fires at level 2. That's not. There's not supposed to be thunder damage. What the hell? Oh, because he's
Thunder
still not
missiles.
moving.
Because what?
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's firing these at the one Keothi is fighting currently. So that is
13.
2, 5, 13. Yep. Which punches right through it entirely, just ripping that poor specter to shreds.
Yeah.
And he will advance past Keothi, holding his spear up and rushing towards the one directly ahead. That will bring us to the white, who's dead, and Zylia, you're up.
I will move on in. Oh, Jesus. This is fun. What am I looking at there? Is the thing in between... God, there's so much happening. In between Keothi and the white, is that the god?
Yes.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
Wait, I can move an extra 5 feet up. I'm gonna move it an extra 5 feet up. And I'm gonna say, let's try this again, shall we? And I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt to try and
Through
hit both of them.
ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's dex save from the one on the left and dex save from the one on the right.
Okay.
Holy shit!
That is some good fucking rolls.
The one furthest away from you is just ripped into ghostly shreds by this lightning bolt. The other one fails the save. Ow, that is fucking nuts.
That's good damage.
We're saving our boy.
It's not quite dead, but it's
episode.
the one behind it is ripped to shreds. The other one, you can see you've like sliced it almost in half to the point where one of its arms slowly falls away like almost like floating silk before slowly disintegrating, and the other half of it is just slowly reaching towards Remy as if to grab one last handful of soul meat.
This feels like a fucking anime fight, dude. This is so good.
Oh fuck.
And yeah, I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay. Remy, you're up.
Okay. Remy going down from full health to almost out has definitely spooked him, and so he sees this. He knows he only has time to either swing at the specter or to heal himself, and he is quite honestly terrified of what this thing is going to do to him, so he's going to try and kill it first. So
Okay.
he is going to swing at the specter.
Okay. 17 to hit. Yeah, that will hit as you drive your sword at it. And the radiant fire of your sword cleaves through this ghost with very little issue, as it goes up in these like bluish, almost silvery flames and dissipates into pretty much nothing. And you are left with nothing but the corpse of this wight on the ground next to you.
Holy fuck.
Okay, Did I hear when it called?
You heard it call,
From
shit, yeah.
Master?
Said master, yeah.
That's why I told the guard, because I didn't know if it was the stasis thing, but it's more than likely not.
So
as everything kind of comes to a close, you can see the guard kind of look around, then look over at that pane of glass where you can see the silhouette of a body hanging in there. Looks like the pilot is still intact.
Thank you. Are we out of combat?
Yes.
I'm gonna go over to the white and take the fucking thing that it had on its hand off.
Okay.
Along with any ammunition that it had.
All right.
Go over to Remy and give him a hug.
Do a quick investigation check for me.
Okay.
Shouldn't be too hard to find some of it because you saw what pouch it was like looking around in. So you kind of look around its body, and it doesn't seem to have a huge amount of pockets and this weird sort of material it's wearing. Anything you would think would be kind of obvious, it would stick out, and you find another 3 of these crystals.
3 of the crystals, and it has one in because he reloaded it.
Yes. Yeah.
So
well,
4
the
total.
3 includes the one that he's loaded back in.
Oh, okay. So it's 3 total.
Can the rest of us look around for more?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep checking the white's body in the general area, I guess.
Nori's gonna kneel down next to Remy and be
Yes,
like, "Are you okay? Like, are you okay? Do you need a like?" She's like gonna be pulling out like potions and offering them. I have some magic. What are we doing?
no, it okay. You
The
could tell
guard
like he's
leans down next to you as well and looks you over and says, "Do you require medical assistance?"
Yes. Yes.
What
God
kind of
says
medical
this?
assistance may I offer? We do not have any form of medical kit, as far as I know, within the barracks.
Healing, like back to healthy.
Hmm.
Got potions? Do you have like injection thingies? Do you got
I don't know about injecting me with anything.
Acid. Oops, wrong syringe.
Remy will, like, with kind of shaking fingers, pull out a potion of healing.
those? Do you have those? I'm gonna point at it and look at guard. Gerard, the guard, help us.
No, however, should he require any form of stabilization, I'm capable of
Stabilization.
field medicine.
Nope, he looks pretty stable to me. I think he just needs like.
That's cool.
You got nothing? Nothing like, oh, ouch, like I'm hurting. Maybe I could.
I don't personally
Nothing?
require it myself, and therefore do not carry it on me.
Okay, is there any in the facility?
As far as I'm aware, no.
I'm gonna use a basic healing potion on myself too.
How
How
do I
you
have
do
to
it?
hit anything to use this, or do I just have to roll?
Sorry, a healing potion is
2d4
2.
plus 2.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did the homunculus come in with the Gerard, or is it still out there?
No, it appears to have stayed out.
Gerard, what's the owl's name?
It doesn't have one.
Did it come in here? Does it just stay there? Is it stuck there? Can it come in here?
He holds out his arm straight along his side, and you just see the owl come flying in and land on it.
I'm gonna hold my arm out.
It stays on his arm.
I'm gonna hold my arm out.
It stays on his arm.
Fuck.
I'm gonna like nudge my head towards my arm and look at Gerard. I'll give it back.
I don't understand what you are implying.
I want it on my arm.
Why do you want my mechano servant on your arm?
Because they would be cool for like 2 seconds, Gerard. Come on, man.
She is.
He looks
kind of right.
over at it and just sort of holds his arm out to you, and it does like a short little hop over to you and looks at you.
That's so cool. Is
And
it?
you can tell like it is much heavier than an owl should really be. Like this is
Yeah,
about
I'm
like
sure that this hurts.
40,
I'm getting,
almost
like, an
50
arm
pounds on
workout
your arm,
here.
starting to weigh
Yeah.
down.
Shit.
What does it do?
It is a scout of sorts. It has very limited combat abilities.
What do you mean by scout?
It can see much further in the dark than most living beings, as well as myself.
Cool.
It's
What
adept
if I
at
like put it?
both
Can I try
hearing
and like
and-
get it so it's like perched on my shoulders? Probably easier to carry than on my arm.
its legs don't like split far enough to be like on either shoulder, and it's far too heavy to lean on just one shoulder.
Probably
or
chill on the
too large,
backpack,
rather.
right?
Yeah, it can chill on your backpack just fine.
Cool. I'm
Hey.
gonna try and shift it over so I'm like using my center.
I'm
mass to
also
hold
gonna
it.
use lay on hands on myself.
Okay.
Please.
Since
Can,
Nori came to heal me but isn't really doing anything, talking to the robots.
Because I asked you if you needed anything and you said no.
Yeah, it's fine. She's preoccupied. I can heal myself.
Hey, God.
Why don't you
He's
give me an
still
investigation
spinning all
check,
over
both Dr. Kent, or not Dr. Kent, and Keothi for
What's
since
up?
you're searching for more of those crystals.
For sure. I'm also gonna ask God. I'm gonna say, did you? While this is going on, I'm gonna say, did you know these guys
God.
were? No. Well, I could ask God as well. Did you know these guys were in here?
I had no idea, sir. I apologize.
No need for apologies.
You also find, as you're searching around, you find no additional crystals anywhere in here,
Okay.
as far as you can tell.
Anything else at
You guys
all?
have more of those things? Gerard,
Just more of those
are there more
data
of those?
slates.
Gerard, are there more of those in here? Crystals? The thing the guy used?
Elysium?
Yep. Is there more Elysium in here, Gerard?
The pilot might have some on him, but I don't believe we carried such in the facility itself. Well, Stormseeker certainly has a lot of Elysium within him, though if you take any out, he might stop functioning.
Internally, perfect. I'm also going to ask God, do you know anything about anything else that might be residing in the following rooms? The crazy white referred to somebody as master and started calling them down.
A safe assumption is that there's something more terrible than that white down there currently with Stormseeker.
Can we send Oliver down to check? I'm gonna point at the owl, who I've now named Oliver.
It takes him a quick second. He's like, the mechanoservant can do a quick reconnaissance. Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry, Manny. His name is definitely Manny then.
I can send him. Yes.
Thank you. Go get it, Manny.
Roughly how long has it been to this point? Since we
That
entered
you got-
the actual
Since you
cave?
entered-
Yeah, not that long, right?
Can't be that long.
The
Well, it
cave
took 20
itself,
minutes
yeah,
to-
it's been about 20 minutes or so.
Still
I
about
told
20
them not to
minutes.
start the count until 10 minutes after, so.
You see the owl flutter off of his arm now and head down the staircase.
What are you seeing?
Is he gonna come back and tell
What
us?
am I'm not seeing anything. He will report back to me when there is something of note.
I see.
So, where'd we send him? Like down
Down the stairs, yeah.
the stairs. And there's an up the stairs.
Nope, just down.
No, just a down, and then there's this door.
It's not a door. It's just a
It's a
window
one-way thing.
that has a what appears to be the silhouette of a man on the other side of it, hidden behind some of that bluish fluid that you saw back
Is
at
he
the genetics
cute?
facility. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a silhouette, so you're not entirely
Oh.
sure.
Wait, did you say hidden behind some of the fluid that was in the other facility?
Similar,
that the-
similar.
Demonoid
The
things
bluish.
were in?
Goat rat?
Yep.
Go rat.
Is this a good place? Since we are at time, is this probably a good place to.
It's up to you guys. I'm willing to keep going.
I'm down to go longer.
I think.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too much longer because I want to
'Cause
eat
we
before
have-
Lore Bus.
Yeah. So maybe we.
I have work in the morning.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so maybe we pause it here, but that means we'll be back in the action immediately.
Holy
Yeah.
shit,
Okay.
will we?
God, don't say.
Perfect.
Okay, can we at least go through and see what's in the next fucking room?
No, we gotta keep it
No!
suspenseful.
Gotta save it first.
This is a good cliffhanger, Brian.
Oh, true.
But I've got work in the morning and I haven't slept in properly in 5 days, so I'm done now. It's 11:30. I'm ready.
The good
Yeah,
news is you
you
only
guys,
have to
like-
wait a week. You only have to
True.
wait a week.
Yep,
Holy
we're back
fuck.
in it. Let's kick it. I'm
I
excited.
am so.
What a fucking
was
time.
so good.
I was
The
so
1
proud of
HP
you.
versus 1
Yeah.
HP is like
Yeah.
so good to me.
That's yeah.
So-
Remy
also-
usually doesn't take a whole lot of damage like this.
Never
this
mind
is like
2
great.
crits
It's
That was
in a
a
row.
super
fucking-
funny. It's super funny too, because when we started the fight, I was like, "Cool, I got radiant spells. I'm gonna like do what I did." But then I was like, "Oh fuck!" Remy like fucked this guy's shit up. I was like, "I probably only need to cast like one thing," and then that guy fucked your shit up, and I was like, "All right, back to plan A."
Yeah.
Like I was like, "Never mind."
Tons of
conserve
undead.
I think
I was
that
like, "Conserve
I was like-
resources, not me."
the best part about it for me is
As
when
soon
they
as
was
I
like,
hit
yeah, this
it.
wasn't made for level 5s. You're going to steamroll this. And then Remy was at 1 HP the attack
I
afterwards.
Very. I could have like dead ass died.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
quickly.
No, yeah.
Easily just
Those,
gone.
those rolls were insane
Yeah.
Yeah.
this week.
In all fairness,
that-
those
that was
2
not-
crits back to back was too much.
Bro, so
We almost said goodbye to Remy.
doing a quick once over of this thing as well that we got
We
off this
already just
white.
said
Is this
hello.
is it just a counterspell fist? Is that what it is?
But
No,
it lets
what
you throw it back. So
What it lets you
turns
do
it. It's like
is
deflect
any
missiles.
spell that would affect you or directly targets you, you can use your reaction to grab it so long as the caster is within 30 feet and cast it in a direction of your choice.
Holy fuck! It's literally just a a
Where-
reflect fist.
We're keeping this. We're not giving this to that lady.
Well, the other thing that recharges constantly instead
We're
of having to
gonna
spend like 300
see.
gold per thing might be more useful.
That's true. Let's see how much of this Elysium stuff we can find.
Yeah, because I mean, okay, quick
we can
question as
find
well before we
anything
do
else.
end. Senezal, the whole journey that we're on is to make sure the Dragon Soul weapons are out of commission, right? So
Yes.
taking that
That
stuff
seems
would it
to
be
be the-
so bad? Also, the guard did say he was like, It's only as like a last. We don't want to unleash the Dragon Soul weapon. I don't know what we're gonna do with this fucking stasis dude.
Technically popping all the Elysium out and taking it.
It'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
For everyone involved.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you just need
You want to know
to.
what else would be a good thing? Leaving that man where he is in his liquid?
Well,
But like, I
so.
just need to know if he's hot or not. Like, that's my real question.
well, I assume the dude in this room that's behind the liquid is not the stasis dude. Isn't he in the armory,
he
not the
is.
barracks?
No, he's the stasis dude. The armory's where the Star Seeker is. And Storm
I thought they
Seeker,
were
not
both
Star
in the
Seeker.
same room.
And
Sorry.
he's like up in his little tube, and it's gonna be like bloop. Like it probably would have been like boop down into there.
What does he look
if you
like
press
there?
the button.
What does he look like in this
you
liquid?
can't tell in the
Silhouette.
liquid. It's
So I'm
just like
waiting.
it's just a silhouette in this like cloudy, murky.
So my vote is
liquid.
to let him out
Two
because
swings.
one, I love dealing with people who have a 40,000 year gap in their existence.
I think
to
we should
hot
deal
or
with the
not.
weapon first. If mine the Elysium, if we have time.
There's also something else super fucking
I don't know.
dangerous up here that we don't know what it is.
Yeah,
So-
there's also something else in here, which
Also,
is
I
terrifying.
feel really bad for him. He's been in like I don't want to just leave him in stasis. Like that's a big old bummer, dude.
Keep
know-
in mind what
Here's-
Guard said too about the seal on this place and how time has
yeah,
been
like this place
mostly
might
on a
come tumbling
standstill.
down like at any point. in time.
No, I don't
Does
mean
that
that.
affect
I mean the
him?
guy in stasis might be affected by time
Yeah.
coming to a big rush. All
But
of a
what if
sudden
we
on a-
move him out of it?
We
What
don't
if we remove him
Well,
from here?
that's when the issue would occur if he's not in stasis anymore, right?
It might already be
He
affecting
could
him for
also
all you
just
know.
age 40,000 years and die. Like
You're not sure to what extent stasis works. Like stasis might work
True.
over like the course of a couple of months, and then there's also the time seal.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
leaving
also
him's
kind
a
of like let's not fuck with
terrifying
more things
idea,
than we need
'cause-
to.
But you're
Uh,
just gonna leave this
a
man
limited amount of time.
suspended?
It's a terrifying
he's,
idea.
You want that?
But here's the thing, like what if he's like evil, like he wants to pilot that thing, he wants to destroy it, and then we
Then
let
we
him
kill
go,
him.
and then he's just like,
I think the only safe bet is either leave him or kill him. But if we leave him, it's leaving it open in the future for him to just pilot it anyway.
well, my
What if
thing
you
is
disable
think
Storm
about this-
Seeker?
Huh?
my thing
Yeah,
is
think
go
about this logically.
destroy the Storm Seeker
getting all the-
first, then kill the guy.
So knowing
We're
what we
taking all the
know,
crystals
This is
out,
very
so the Storm Seeker
un-Remy
won't
of
work.
you.
it is.
Yeah.
That's because I'm
But-
not speaking
but
as
it-
Remy.
Okay.
No,
This is
but
a
if you think about it,
defenseless man.
if you take the crystals out, the Storm Seeker won't work anyway.
Well, yeah,
which is
but
what
look
the
how
Guardian
easy it is to
said.
get the fucking crystals. Someone could just come in and
But
pop
he
them back in.
also referred to the pilot as a volunteer,
Yeah.
and we don't know if that was like.
We can ask more
Wait,
next
and
time.
didn't we get information that the tieflings and the Asimars weren't they being made specifically to be pilots? Is that what it
No,
was?
they were made to
or
be
no?
super soldiers.
Okay.
Oh, that might be what's in the next room.
But so what I'm thinking
Could be a super soldier.
No, the master guy, I think that these people that we ran into are like just like dungeon delving thief peeps. Like that probably have some understanding of all this because the white said something about you must have more knowledge about what was it? What did he say? Than I
Fallen
do.
relics.
Fallen relics than I do. So so they're from
He
our
had the
time,
thing.
obviously.
Yeah,
thought-
but,
Well, but
you could have had the
found
wand
it.
of fireballs. That doesn't mean much.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they're from our time. They seem like they're probably like dungeon dwellers. Maybe they do know some of this stuff. So they're probably like the bads that we don't want to reactivate this shit. But
Are you still on roll 20 right now, Remy?
Yes. Do you need me to get out?
No, just could you go ahead and make me a quick religion check?
Oh god.
Being the only holy person
oh
amongst
my
us.
god, he
Feel
did it.
God
He
saved
did it.
my life right
Did it,
now.
yeah.
Oh.
I'm feeling it.
You're so scared of what just happened. You have a great epiphany about the beings you just fought. Everything you've ever learned about the undead, and that's a pretty decent amount given your heritage in both the spirituality of the wood elves and the spirituality of the tritons, tells you that there is no such thing as intelligent undead.
Oop.
The amount of necromantic power required to bring back somebody and maintain intelligence is fantasy. So only the most powerful necromancer you could imagine would be able to do that, and it's really beyond imagining.
I'ma tell Mama Shanov, she gonna be pissed about this shit.
Next week's gonna be fucking great.
All right, let's let
So-
Becky get some sleepies.
Yeah, one more thing,
Please.
very, very, very quick thing.
Like,
Well, it's super quick, but we've expended a lot of shit in this. A lot of shit. Would it be a smart idea to plan for the 24 hours now and take a long rest before we go into the next area? Since it's
There's
sealed
something
off.
currently down there.
Nope.
yeah, we couldn't take the 24.
Nope.
Like, there's something alerted to our presence at this moment. Like,
And
Some
they're
kind-
gonna come back in 24 hours, and if not, we're not getting out of this.
well, I don't think.
a long
he's
rest is
probably
only
not
like 8 hours,
He
though.
probably hasn't. Yeah, he's probably not leaving though. Like, he's probably like he's down
Remy
there.
is-
He's probably gonna come fuck our shit up.
Yeah. If he's
Remy
this
is
Remember
not
all-powerful
also
down.
what they said about
necromancer.
time.
Red.
You know what they said about time. It'll speed up too much. The stasis will be all woo. We had a limited amount of time in here. The Guardian said.
That's for the
So, I
stasis
ain't
thing.
up
I'm
for
pretty sure the
taking no
stasis
risk.
thing is
time-
fucked
it
beyond
is
belief
time
anyway.
To be,
I thought
to be
that was
smart about your
no, but I thought that was to do
resources.
with any-
Well, just time's distorted down here? In general?
Time's about to
It's
get real
that's what-
fucking
Yeah.
wobbly.
See?
It's like stuff
Yeah.
is gonna deteriorating basically, but we don't know if it's gonna be immediate. We don't know if it's gonna take like
Yeah,
months
it's it
to
could be
pop
years,
in.
months.
Like we don't know exactly what's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
with that said,
Okay, yeah.
Remy is very much like we need to do what we need to do and get out ASAP.
I go.
Okay. That was a good one. I'll
We
end the
can't
recording
fight the
there,
undead
just
as
so.
good as.
Oh, that was terrifying. Okay, I'm gonna end the recording.
All right.
Welcome back,
Bye.
everyone.
Yeah. Hi and bye.